Learning combat is fun and entertaining. Do we have the actions sheets, by the way? Are they any...
Oh, I get them to you. They're in the...
There should be in the book.
Brilliant.
Sorry.
Can you pass me one of those?
Yes.
And then the rest can be disseminated about the table.
Do you want me to take them and get laminated?
I can laminate them. It's fine.
I don't know where one of them's gone, so we'll just...
There's a laminator under my desk. I just haven't had time to do it.
Cool.
So I'll do it.
But we got the ghouls in order to combat ghoul fever, spread amongst a group of soldiers from Camelot who are currently in the Burnt Sage Hospital
I'm infected.
on request of Matron Simone.
I'm infected and body.
Yes,
You've done
show
well.
of hands if you got infected by the ghoul.
It was
Yep.
only Big B.
It was only Big B.
Only Bigby took a bite.
Good for Big B. Let's see. What else do we know is happening? For a hero point, what else do we know is happening in Low Marsh? For a Scooby Snack.
There is.
Scary Lady wanted to leave. Merida wanted to kill the rest of them.
Yeah, that's all the gore fever.
All the elements are lining up for some big ritual.
Exactly. That is a hero point over there. We know that we are currently approaching what is known as
The parallax.
The parallax. A particular moment of symbiosis between various magical elements.
All magic's gonna get weird.
Magic
powerful.
Certain magic is going to be particularly powerful. Specifically, prophecy magic is going to be at its peak.
What was the 2 minor clues again?
2 minor clues are, you know that
Treasury book.
there's a treasury book
Yeah.
written in Dwarvish shorthand, so no
Yeah.
one's been able to translate. And also, you know, through your investigation, you know that Thori Black didn't leave town. They weren't seen by the guards, they couldn't have snuck out because it's all walls and that sort of thing.
How do you spell his name?
Thori is Thori, and Black is in
Yep. Thori Black.
Yes, you did it all.
That is the other bit, is that the town treasurer, an older dwarf by the name of Thori Black, has left the big
I've got
box,
mine.
storage place there. Has disappeared about a week ago. Where's he gone? Nobody knows. Lewis Short, the head of the People's Low Marsh Committee, has put Bigby officially on the case, trying to find out what's going on there. But for now, a lot of you are heading back. You've got a ghoul, Bigby, I believe it is, has a ghoul over their shoulder. Can I have a marching order, please? Merida, I'm assuming you're taking the lead, being the ranger here. And then just a rough marching order. Anyone heading towards the back?
Yeah, I'll go behind
Bigby
Merida.
towards the back.
No, towards the front.
Towards the front, lovely.
I'll go in the middle.
In the middle,
Oh,
I'll be at the back.
and you two up the
I'll
back.
be at the back.
Lovely. A wonderful marching order. Merida, as you are leading the way, you've come this way before, so you're familiar, so you can make this roll with a +3 circumstance bonus. Could you please give me a survival check to navigate back to the path, as you are currently in the green fields?
A +3
+3
on top of
on top of your
whatever.
usual modifier. So yes, bonuses are added on top of anything
19.
usually you would. 19, that absolutely succeeds. You know the way back. Now you're going to give me an encounter check. So you can just roll a straight d20. Lower than a 10 in an encounter is going to happen. 4, that is in fact lower than 10, it's even lower than 5. We're going to have ourselves an encounter.
Woohoo!
Encounter does not mean combat, but it does mean
Mysterious dwarves on the road,
mysterious
apparently.
dwarves on the road.
Yeah.
This last one, we met the dwarf. No one of you speak Dwarvish, which is going to be really fun when we get to the Underdark chapter.
No.
Someone's gonna have to learn Dwarvish by then.
Could do, otherwise it just could be a
It
fun
could
old
just be a fun
gimmick.
chaotic thing.
We're
Like,
gonna have
like,
to learn
my-
some sort of
like
pictograph
Thursday.
system.
like our Thursday night game. We've got one person that speaks Elvish out of the 5 of us, and we've just walked into this Underdark city to try and buy
How do you
slaves.
spell capital?
And it's the rabbit bard that can speak Elvish.
P-A-P-I-T-A-L-S. Gus Capital.
Got at least one of those.
PIG is the alternative shorts.
That's afterwards.
It's in here.
Nick, you're marching at the rear.
Yeah.
We're going to make a secret check on your behalf.
I'm very pro for this.
No.
I'm a detective.
I thought your whole thing was the pigs being the capitalists. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Said
yeah,
I'm
he's
pro,
fine with
pro police.
he's
pro
fine with
police.
law
I
enforcement.
said pro police.
If he's gonna have to make a new character.
He's
I'm
pro-pigs.
playing an ATAV private investigator on one
Yeah.
campaign, and it's so funny. Jones. Modifier. Wonderful.
Nick will be as we're walking, will be intermittently rubbing these 2 points on his head and muttering to himself.
Love that. You see, as you do. Sorry, while we're marching along that, how's let's do a check-in with everyone's character. We're going to start with Merida. How's Merida feeling after this fight with some wolves?
Merida's doing okay. It's not the worst battle she's had. Definitely spooked her a little bit, but she's holding it together.
Nick, we've got some forehead rubbing going on.
He's more terrified of himself than the ghoul at the moment.
Fair enough. Emma, Drizella, sorry.
Drizella is sort of trudging along with a sort of, seriously, we only needed the fucking one. Let's get back. Sort of humming to herself, but not loud enough to injure anybody.
Big B, you have a bite mark on your shoulder
Yeah.
and your neck.
Just feeling a bit sore. Feeling pretty happy with himself. Well done.
Would I have noticed that?
Medicine check.
Medicine.
In fact, actually, sorry. We'll do that. No. Yeah, you can do it.
Oh. 13.
13. You obviously notice that with a 13 you notice they've been bitten. You wouldn't be able to tell immediately about whether or not they have fever with 13.
Could I potentially hope they might have?
You can make the assumption.
Excellent.
You can take the precaution.
Okay. That's fine.
Nick,
She chuckles to herself. Yes.
as we're all walking along, Nick, the kind of crust of feet falling along on the ground. Nick, you notice that sound's not just coming from your cohorts in front of you. You can hear footsteps behind you.
Oh dear.
Like right immediately behind you. Footsteps is falling.
Bro.
And as you're rubbing your head, you hear, you'll want some ice on that, I take it, fairly soon.
Nick will spin. And who are you?
You see, as you get behind you, see quite an ostentatiously dressed man, green as a cabbage and just full of leaves and cloak. This hair of roots, cape of leaves, walking with a great cane. Very, sort of bold presentation.
Better question, what are you?
I am myself, I might ask the same of you.
He's going to stammer a second. Nick Jones, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Do we hear this happening?
Yeah. This
I'm not being
right
quiet.
behind Nick, very not trying to be stealthy. So calls out to the general. Might I ask what you're doing, travelling through my woods?
We're just passing through. We're aiding the village or town nearby, city nearby.
And by what right do you travel through my lands?
The right of wanting to save someone's life.
Anyone who wants to can give me a nature check.
Ooh,
This is a high DC. Those of you who live in the woods, which is
17.
Mordred and Sibylla would be able to, but Sibylla's not present. 17
Yeah.
tonight.
What are we rolling?
Nature.
Is there
Nature.
some bonus?
Yes, it is.
22.
What?
22.
Roll at 19.
On the
Is this
floor.
a save?
You can do a separate check to determine that if you like.
I thought we were.
You can absolutely use Fey Lore on this check, 100%. In fact, I'll give you that +2 bonus in addition to your Fey Lore.
Oh, I can use for. So I can I? So I've got Phalor.
Oh, you've got Fey Lore as well?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you can use Fey Lore for this.
Okay.
Dirty 20? Did you include that +2 bonus on that? Dirty 20. Did I hear any higher than Dirty 20?
Nope.
Wonderful. That will in fact do it. Merida, in your studies of the Fae, things you've heard, you heard tales of a strange, nameless figure known to come and go throughout the universe. They're relatively harmless, but they are in many tales a figure of importance of some sort. Varies depending on which group of folk it is. They're generally referred to solely as by the Green Man, as they have no actual name.
Okay.
And you would know that when asked by the Green Member what right you travel through, the response that you give, one of the safe responses you can give, is the right of those who have 2 feet.
Marda would she know kind of vaguely how Faye would kind of greet each other with respect? Like,
Probably not with respect. It would be something clever, something along the lines of something witty, something sharp, something disarming. Or you could, if you have Sylvan as a language, which I think you do, you could respond with something like that.
I do have Sylvan.
Yeah.
Okay, I might reply to him in Sylvan after him asking this question with like a slight bow and reply. We whatever it was you said.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
You
my
you-
brain
the
is
right of-
hard to
on the
remember.
right of those
you
with 2
do that
feet.
counterphrase to show that you are educated in the ways
Yeah.
of the Fae, being a glade goer who has travelled out into the woods. And you see a little twinkle in his eye almost as he responds in Sylvan very, very quickly. And it's a very formal introduction, while entirely avoiding the matter of who he is, what his title is, or anything like that. Just a very long,
Yeah.
wandering. I am the one who wanders the trees and buys
Yeah.
leaves.
Blah,
and
blah, blah,
fruits.
blah, blah, blah.
And kind of looks you all over. Mordred, Nick, and Drizella, can the 3 of you please give me a will save? Please give me a new
Oh,
character.
no.
Oh no, is that
I need
not-
light.
So will save is
That
is whatever you roll plus the fortitude will.
I never roll well.
Will.
Yeah.
I
So
need to see this.
25.
Wow, nice.
19.
22.
You do still
A
add.
natural one,
A natural
but
one, so total-
that's a 7.
So, crit fail was 7. And Nick,
22.
22.
You got this. You're fine.
I've got, what is it? Expertise in will saves.
Hero points.
Yeah, use your
I
hero
kind,
points.
I kind of want to see what happens.
You've got hero points. Do you want to use it? 5, 4, 3.
No, no.
Wonderful.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. The curiosity.
Yeah.
You see
Your brain.
this strange figure kind of regards you all, and says, "It is rather odd. This group of a stranger, a sailor, and their friends travelling about. Might I ask where you're headed?"
That is true. We're not a conventional group. We are heading back to
The Burnt Sage Hospice.
Lower March to aid their town with their
Lowest of marshes.
ghoulish, whatever it is, the ghoul fever.
Ah, indeed. It's quite racket that was brought in there recently. People there. I would appreciate it if you could keep the noise down in the future.
I will be sure to let them know.
Ah, very good, very good. And then for kind of, and then holds a pause for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 30 seconds.
Nick starts scratching his head again.
Mordred shifts
Um,
uncomfortably.
Merida would.
Do you need something from us?
Yeah, there you go.
No, I suppose not. Very well, as you were then.
Sorry,
Thank
I didn't
you.
mean to
No,
cut
no,
you
no,
off.
no, no, not at all.
And doesn't make any marked leave, but stands still as you can be.
Can I do
All
a little
right, thank
fate?
you. And stuff.
Yeah, all right.
What do you
Can
like?
I read fate on this
Absolutely.
creature? So you are going to make a roll. If it rolls 6 or higher, you tell me a single word related to their fate.
Ooh, that's fun.
That does sound fun.
What type of roll site?
It's a secret DC 6 flat check.
DC 6 flat check. Flat check.
Mordred just wants to.
That is a fail. I will in fact tell you one word related to this creature's fate.
I have reconnected.
Sunderance.
Oh.
is
That's not a good word.
the word for that. I will give you for this particular creature's foot.
Can Mordred call out after
As you're walking away or before you go?
because they're walking away?
No, they're
they're
standing
just
there.
standing.
They're expecting
they
us to
kind of
walk
said,
away.
you know, you can continue on as you go. But it's something like moving to leave.
Mordred will say, "I hope these times prove safe for you."
So they say, very safe for me. I would be leaving that concern for those who need it.
And Merida would say goodbye in Sylvan.
They give you
him for his presence.
give you a deep bow. And you see they then kind of take a half step behind a tree of some sort. Seem to be going. Leaving you continue.
Nickel immediately turned to Merida, and this is the first time you've heard him do this. What the fuck was that?
That, I believe, is a fae who some know as the Green Man. He means no harm. But I would
What's that?
suggest we get back to town and out of these forests
Before something
Yes.
that does.
before
Yes.
something that does mean harm
Yeah,
comes.
yes, please.
Drizella turns and sort of spits on the ground in disgust at the concept of there being a fae in these parts who seems to have ownership over everything, and marches off in the general direction of the town.
Do you want your will save, please?
Yeah,
Oh
that was
no!
dumb.
I did
As you
did
see-
roll a 25 on
You
my
did.
will save.
Let's do it again.
See if you do.
As you see from that spin, a thistle quite
Wow.
underlies immediately.
Yeah, it's better. So that's a 28.
28.
Yes.
That's a fail.
Whoa!
Critical fail.
Whoa! He threw
You
something
just
big.
offended
You were trying to
the
make
forest.
beat a DC 48
Nice.
against the Green Man.
Excellent.
Wow!
Oh wait, you're
Green
being
Man's got some
serious.
I'm being
juice,
entirely
Oh,
serious.
okay.
Pathfinder DC scale with 11.
Okay.
and he's high level.
Cool.
Loving it.
Cool.
You see the roots around your feet suddenly, the terrible creaking sound, not particularly quickly, but just open up and then close again around your ankles as you find yourself rooted in place.
Do we notice this or?
Shizela can't walk, so presumably fairly quickly as you all start to know
Yep.
Gisela is stuck there.
I'll run back to try and help. Did you do something?
What did you?
You see the large thistle growing there. You see a couple of like the flower on top let off some bright glowing spores that just reek of sulfur and rot.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gross.
Perhaps you don't insult the fair creature until we're out of his woods.
Whatever.
Can we
They are
figure
not.
out how to try and release her feet?
How would you like to do that? You can make a nature check if you like to see
Yeah.
if you know anything to do, or you can try something specific.
No, I would. Yeah,
Nah.
probably just try.
I might need her help to be able to kill myself. So she'll probably do
That's an 8.
Hard to say.
Could I athletics try and pull her out?
Yeah, for sure. Give me an athletics check.
I'm gonna try to just dig her out with my paws.
Love that.
25.
25.
Try not to
as you
scratch
start to
the
tug, you're aware that you can pull her out this way. It will probably twist an ankle. Will cause some damage.
Go for it.
Mordred will like pull and then realize, and he'll say, "I can pull you out, but I'm not going to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. This will hurt you."
She just looks really confused
After
and goes,
hearing-
"Just pull me out, and if you leave my ankle behind, then I'll just stitch it back on later."
Merida, after hearing that
I could just
they don't want to hear
You dig it.
perks,
hot dog.
We'll call that a help check. Do you want to give me a athletics or acrobatics check?
would call out to the Green Man and Sylvan and profusely apologize
That's
for
a
my friend's
21.
actions.
Give me a
and
performance check if you please.
As Mordred's having
you
a
can
like
add.
debate.
I'll let you
with
use
her.
Fey Law actually if you want to.
I got 21 on my athletics check.
Awesome. That'll count as a help action. You can add 1 to this.
12, 19, so dirty 20.
And 20 will do it. You see the wind changes direction. The thistle, without undergoing any particular morphous or change, suddenly looks less like a noxious growing weed and more of a natural plant you find along the bush. And you see the roots around Drizella open up slightly and able to get your feet out of the ground.
turn to Drusilla and go, "Can you please respect the surroundings and the beliefs of those in those surroundings?"
She rolls her eyes.
Can you make me a... I'm kidding.
You don't see her roll her eyes because they're way back
In the back of her hood.
in the hood. You see the yellow sort of disappear for a second and then come back again.
Get out of here, like, now?
Yeah.
Fine.
You all continue along, and you return back to Lowmarsh. Heading back in the south gate, you see the same guards there. You seem to have only been gone for a few minutes. Sorry, you seem to be gone for less than an hour.
Oh, okay.
Which doesn't match your experience of time, particularly. You were there for at least 2 or 3 of the woods.
Does this feel unusual or familiar as someone who's been in the woods?
The woods, time passes in the woods as well.
I'll transform back into my human form before I...
Lifting yourself up off the ground, you see the guard at the front of the gate kind of looks over and goes, oh, good to see you back. Who's that with you? You've got a ghoul over your shoulder.
That's the ghoul.
A solution to some of your problems.
Right.
It's the ghoul for the hospice.
We better get you back there. You see they unlock the gate, and I assume you head back through town to the hospice.
Yes.
Wonderful, you head on through. In the Burnt Sage Hospice, you see out the front a couple, the same sort of thing, a couple of them sat down there tending to them, a couple of doctors and that around. And you see as you approach one of them, quite quickly runs upstairs, and it's not very long at all before Matron Simone heads down. Fairly tall, quite composed woman. As you see, she kind of looks over and says, "Oh, pleased to see you're back. I almost doubted you for a minute. Come along inside. We'll have to prepare it. It'll take some time." You see, they lead you through the hospital. You see, they say, "Are any of you experienced with medicine?"
Nope.
Mechanically, you two are trained in Mordred. I would appreciate some help if you would offer it.
Absolutely.
This time it's
Mordred will
around.
smile at you when you offer your help.
This time it's around 3-4 o'clock. And you see Matron Simone says, "If I might recommend to the other of you, you may find it useful to acquire some accommodation in town. There's a couple of inns to the north that you might find useful. This will take a few hours.
I don't know about accommodations, but I need a drink.
That's 2 will be.
Would I be able to notice that Big B is infected as well? Because I didn't roll.
In fact, you absolutely can make that roll.
Since I'm also trained.
So,
Matron Simone
I've
is-
noticed.
Yeah,
I just
but
haven't
just
said
okay.
anything.
Well, I was going to go up to Matron and show it anyway.
Did we talk to you about to the guy?
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't make me bloody quarantine. I don't know how to house shit.
Not necessarily. You, Nick will need to go back to get his sword. Yeah, so
It's a 14.
14 won't do it. You can't. So not you don't notice it. You notice that you can't determine whether or not they'll have the affliction.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah, I'll go up to...
I
Oh,
see
it's-
this didn't come.
I got to this, by the way. Is there anything
So
I should do
she
about it?
looks over. She makes a medicine check. She goes, "Yes, you'll need the antibody as well. I'll get you to. In fact, see, she's going to just attempt to treat that straight off the bat because you're at stage 0 of the infection, which is very
A lot easier to treat.
a lot easier to treat. Otherwise, you have to pass like 4 or 5 things. Blue fever is.
And then I can cook you if you don't pass them.
level.
That's the
level
agreement.
1, so it's a level thinger, so it's a DC. Yep.
And I thought Dark Idril was dark.
And that roll. So she's able
She's
to.
not
treat
that
that
dark.
full.
She's practical.
You feel
Oh,
like this
pragmatic.
okay, and then just this release of tension.
Pragmatic.
in your muscles, almost like a rigor mortis that starts.
Nice. Do I heal any HP as well?
She doesn't do that, but she does see that you're injured. Who else is injured?
Nope.
No.
I think
is
I'm the
anyone
only
else
one.
injured?
I think I'm the
Oh,
only one.
wonderful. Cool. She'll give you a health.
I killed him before they could hit me.
Heal spell.
You did get hurt. I remember I helped you.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
did land
Heal
on
spell. That's a D.
Oh, okay.
That's a D.
Would we have gotten a chance to refocus as we were walking, or is that going to be a...
Yeah, I fixed you.
Because it's 10 minutes, I think I'll
Sorry?
call
I gave
the
you-
refocusing like a full
You gave me
thing.
some health, but I
can't
think you just stopped me from just dying.
Yep,
for future
that was my
reference, you can
plan.
do that after you fight, though.
Okay, yeah.
So
Under
I'll
duress.
have let you refocus.
That's why Nick's on the drink. This is why we're focusing.
Love that.
kind of does his sewing, embroidering.
You regain 17 hit points.
That's
Big
more than enough. Thank you.
with that heal. as you see, they put some stitches in the worst of the wounds, wrap bandages.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, thank you. We'll attempt this extraction process with the two of you if you will. And you see Matron Simone heads into the hospital. Drizella, Mordred, do you go to help with that?
Yes.
Wonderful. We'll come back to the two of you. The other three of you, accommodation is good to get. Nick,
And get my
you
sword.
need to go get your
I'm going to get my sword back.
And
And then find the inn or the tavern. 'Cause I need
Yeah.
a drink.
you would know that Mordred, you passed through town earlier. Nick, you were here before you got caught. You would know there are two main inns to consider: the Lone Pine Inn and the Split Bell, which is the larger establishment. Who's heading where? You're going to get your sword straight up?
I'll find out where everyone's going to stay first.
Wonderful. So you're all going to the taverns?
Yeah.
Sorry, of the three.
Yeah.
Wonderful. As you head over, you see the Lone Pine is on one side of the block, the Split Bell on the other. Which do you head to? The Split Bell is a large two-story building with yellow roofs and a sign of, broken and half bell on the front. The Lone Pine's a slightly smaller establishment, a little older of a looking building, but not necessarily worn and torn. And has, again, just a sign of a singular pine.
If you want to lay low, I suggest the smaller place.
Yeah, I was thinking Lone Pine.
All right, I'll see you there soon. I'm going to get my sword.
Wonderful. Nick, you go to get your sword. The two of you head into the Lone Pine.
Mm-hmm.
You see, in the Lone Pine, you see heading into the small floor, you see a short, bald, quite large man at the front, got a kind of a little too friendly of a smile on his face. If that makes sense. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Car salesman.
Not quite car salesman, more like I don't know. But you see, as you head in, you see he looks over the three of the two of you heading in, and says, welcome. My name is Trevor Backer. Welcome to the Lone Pine.
Thank you. Do you have any rooms available?
Might I inquire as to your profession? You look rather beat and battered there.
I'm a detective.
I'm not one to turn a blooded man from my premises, but might I recommend? And you see, kind of looks around a little. There's no one else in the lobby. Kind of invites you to linger a little. You too. You see, he says, might I recommend you stay at my neighbour's institution? For a man of your injuries, you might find it helpful to get the rest and relaxation.
All right.
Very well, very well. And a detective, you say?
Yes.
Yes. I think you'll enjoy the
Okay.
This is Nick's kind of place then.
Mario feels like she can have some fun here too.
This is Nick's kind of establishment, I can see.
Yeah. I don't like this at all.
Well, I'll leave and go to the Split Bell then.
What do you mean?
What kind of person sends you away from their own establishment? I mean,
Sounds like.
Oh
he's
yeah,
a
Nick's going to have some
racist.
fun in that place. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not sure if he's a criminal or a racist. Maybe both.
You're heading over
He's
to
just
the Split
against
Bell.
cops.
Merida, what are you up?
He's just anti-cop.
Are you going that way as well?
No, Maribel would happily stay at this little. She prefers
Yes.
the little dungy.
See,
Kind
he
of.
says, are you not staying with your friend then?
Friend is very strong.
Yeah, there's this.
We barely know each other. Let's
We
not
met like
We've only met briefly. Yeah, I would call him an acquaintance.
No,
Not a
staying with
friend
your,
yet.
staying with your
But
acquaintance.
I would much prefer here. It reminds me more of her.
Indeed. Might I inquire as to what brings you to Lone Marsh?
I'm just traveling through on a journey of self-discovery. One could say.
A traveller. You see, obviously you have your bow in that, which I presume is on display, not the pack is using. You know how to use that bow, do you?
I sure do.
I hate to say, but we're more of a place for families, travellers, that sort of thing. An adventurer, such as yourself, might find more fitting accommodation across the street.
God doesn't.
This is Nick's place. It's a
Why-
den of
why would you
thieves.
turn away from the adventurer?
I mean, looking for your best interests.
Yeah, this is Nick's place.
I believe my
We are a
best.
quiet, small inn.
Exactly.
Families, children.
Exactly.
change the character to new.
It's exactly like a tavern at home would be like. And Marta will take her cloak off and start walking over to a chair.
You see, they pointedly think for a few moments,
Back and down.
Can you give me charisma check, please? Just actually performance.
Performance?
Yeah.
Nick will walk in and be welcome in like an house.
You're still heading off, but we'll
Yeah,
do
Nick
it.
will come in now.
17.
17. See, Trevor says something. I trust you. You seem like you have a head on your shoulders. You didn't hear it from me, but something strange is happening next door.
Something strange.
Indeed.
Like what?
Gasson and Brian, owners of the split now, are an odd. You've been in Low Marsh.
This is my first day
Well,
there.
Mr. Becker, the butcher, is good, fun, but he is having chess and he's recently found it difficult to buy cows because the local cowery over in Osteros, the next way over, is having competition in the bids that usually are for this town for meat and butcher and such.
That's quite unfortunate.
Well, indeed it is, but apparently the owners, Corson and Brian, of the split bell are buying up the cows. But, and here's where it gets on, and leans in real close, there's no beef on their menu. None. No beef stew, no beef ribs, no pies, nothing.
That is quite odd.
Indeed. They're getting 2 cows a week.
Did you tell the detective?
Ghost of Strike
The
PTSD.
detective worth his salt will find out himself. Now what I need is I can't. I'm a professional sense to maintain. I can't dob in. I can't accuse my direct competitors of this sort of thing without proof. What I would like from an accomplished, competent adventurer is to acquire some proof, slip it to the town cards, and leave my name out of it.
Please tell me Nick walks in as he's like finishing.
If
that
you want,
sentence.
Yeah, Nick will
I
walk in.
feel like
Nick will walk in.
I
Nick,
feel like that's
actually
a
have one
great-
thing to do for you across town. The town line doesn't really work, but for the sake of
I
just
so
feel like
sincerely,
that's a big part of the
I-
conversation.
I
for
get
Nick
to use one of
just
my
come
skills
in and
here.
be like,
Nick is
Yeah.
jogging
No, no,
across
no,
town
no.
for no explicable reason.
I really hope I get to use one of my skills against him. Like,
Yeah.
really close, letting me on. He's letting me do it.
Galen, is there a pine tree like outside the
Lone pine? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one little like
It's a lone
it
pine
looks like a
tree.
broken stump of a second pine that
Oh,
was
yeah.
there long ago. It's like hit by a DeLorean.
Yeah. I was thinking about planting a new one there just to fuck with it.
That's funny.
It's not the lone pine anymore. It's the twin pine.
Nick, you return to the broken bricks, the jail you're in, and you go in. You speak with Officer Bradley, the closest thing they have to a head of guard. You see, they say, "Oh, you got it. You got it. Oh, well done." They
I
return
mean, you
your
can see
sword.
the ghoul guts on this sword.
Indeed, we'll give that a good clean. And here's yours, and they give you, like your coinage, any other valuables.
Yeah,
that they-
all my effects, yeah.
collateral. What does Nick's sword look like, just by the way? Anything in particular? Or is it just
No. It's not. It looks like a standard longsword. It looks kind of shabby,
Mhm.
but it looks shabby on purpose. It is a very finely made sword, but it's designed to look like it's a poorly made sword. Everything about Nick, it screams his crap at everything, but really he's actually like all of his clothes look tattered, but they're very well tailored.
Yeah.
It's he tries to subvert
Conflict.
expectation.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, but it's like he really knows what he's doing.
What is your deception modifier?
Deception
Yeah.
should be pretty bloody high. +4 for deception.
+4, so that is a DC 19. They don't seem to realise the value of this sword as they meant to. They do say that. So the ghouls then didn't give you and your friends too much trouble.
They weren't easy to kill. There was a lot of them.
Well, they're ghouls naturally, but
We managed to
you're-
get one
you're
out of there.
back all
We
alive.
managed to get one and get the hell out of there.
Listen, I might have a job for you if you're interested. I can pay, of course. Reasonable rates.
What's the job?
You see, he says, let's talk in the bottom dungeon if you don't mind. Leads you back to the cell you were.
No,
Just
you're
puts
not.
it back
You're
in
not
the
put. You're not putting me back in one of these cells.
Spartan, no. He says, no, I don't want any of
I just got out of one. You're not putting me back in one.
I have friends who will come looking for me.
No, he doesn't say that.
You see, he says, "Look, I can pay 30 silver apiece." At this point, I'd like to remind you of the currency in Pathfinder. A silver piece in Pathfinder is worth a gold piece in D&D. So 30 silver is
That's a lot of.
it's a very reasonable.
It's a decent amount of money.
Thing for a day's week. It's an incredibly reasonable rate for a day's week. And he says, the guards here, they mean well, but it's been a while since they've seen the action, and they're starting to lose confidence. What I need is for you and your friends to pretend to rob the town hall, and for them to catch you.
What the fuck is going on in this house?
You want me to pretend to rob the town hall
Yes.
and get arrested again?
Yes.
I just got out of this cell.
You won't be in very long. We'll let you go that after.
Look, I'm gonna. There's a couple of them I don't think I'm gonna go for it.
Fair enough. I can teach you a few tricks and
There's-
tricks of the trade as well.
There's a couple of goody two shoes in this group.
No, this is entirely
Look,
essentially.
look,
this is not
I'm
just
more
my
than happy to
idea.
help you, but I
The
don't.
People's Committee has suggested this as well. It's all above board.
Look, I'm more than happy to help you, but I don't think they're going to.
Right. Well, whoever you can find that's interested, bring them along. 30 silver apiece.
I'll see what I can do, but I don't think they're going to be into it.
Wait, so what's he being asked to do? To rob the treasury?
To pretend to
Rob the
pretend
town hall
to
because
rob
the town guards are crap.
Why?
and then the town guards will arrest you. They'll take
They need training, practice.
That's not practice, a confidence boost.
Morale building.
Morale.
Oh, okay.
So hang on.
So you,
So then-
you and your friend.
This will
Brett,
just
we'll give you-
dawn on. This will just dawn on me. So you're asking me to get the group I just travelled with
Yes.
to pretend to rob the town hall
Mhm.
to give your man a conference fees. Are you that sure that they can beat us?
No, that's why we're paying. You will take a dive.
It's
You
like
will
the
let
longest
them win
yard.
the fight. If you, I need to be very clear.
I'm gonna
If
throw
you
it.
kill any of the town guards, we're going to arrest you for murder.
We're going to arrest you.
This is
Real,
not, this
for
is not
real?
a challenge for them. This is we're paying you to let them arrest you.
I'm
You need to
100%.
pretend to fight,
Okay.
but
So,
not actually.
I can tell you right now. There's one of them that definitely won't be down for this. Definitely will not do it.
That's fine. I just need a couple of you, even if it's
More.
not all.
It's not lawful.
Anyway,
I got-
offers there. Obviously, don't tell too many people about this, but you seem like you all can handle yourself. You'll have, they'll know that you were the ones who got the ghouls, so that you've got some sort of credence behind you. Travellers, so they don't know.
I'll-
You'd be a perfect group for this.
I'll see what I can do.
Very well.
And I'm out of there because he's nuts.
On the other side of town, and what I need to get evidence, report to the guard, and leave my name out of things. Ding, door opens as Nick enters.
Merida would beckon Nick Kroger.
Where's
Another
Big?
friend of yours.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I'm afraid we're full up of rooms. I suggest you both go next door. I was just explaining to your friend.
So while he's saying that to me, Nick will obviously use the feat lie to me. So he's going to lie straight back to catch him in the lie. Oh, come on. A couple of silver will get me in the room, wouldn't it?
Give me I believe a deception check is how that one
That
works.
is exactly how that works.
Let's check how this fit.
Against his deception.
Wonderful.
Ooh, that's good, that's good, good!
That's one.
It's going to go so well.
So that's not. So that lets you use your deception DC to tell when they're.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
So instead of using perception, I'm lying to him to see if he's lying. That's how it works.
Wonderful.
So instead of my perception, which is lower than my deception,
Yes. I'm with you. They make a deception check. They get a penalty roll. They get what did you roll?
22.
22. Wonderful. You catch that you understand that they are indeed lying. They definitely have rooms. They do catch your lie as well, though.
It's fine.
So you're
He wasn't trying to deceive him, he was just trying to catch him in his lie.
Yeah, but yes, you are aware that they definitely do have to.
Alright, what's really going on there?
I just think that the establishment crossing is better suited for adventuring types.
Nick's going to give him the
It's a fine sword.
Nick's going to give him the I know you're full of shit look.
Look, I just explained to your friend there. I'm sure they can help.
Merida will turn to the barkeep and go, can we think about it over a drink? Just one drink.
I could
Sure.
really use a drink.
It's been a hell of a day.
What a hell of a day. You should have heard what the head of the guard asked me to do.
We should hear some of this kind of thing.
Well, sure thing. One drink. That'll be four copper apiece. Collect up some copper. They pour you some mediocre ale. And go back to standing there. Over across the road, at the split bell, we have Corpus and gas on Benino's chops.
What is it? Corpus?
We will.
You want to do copper? Change you back.
Yes, Corpus and gas on Benino's chops.
Done. So you're going to do it's really easy.
There we go.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Funny enough, I didn't even realise that I picked a picture that looks a lot like gas on Beauty and the Beast. That's
Had to be
actually
Gaston.
Corpus, and that's gas on.
Oh, no.
That's what I thought. You head in, you see Corpus, the Corpus, big strapping man, huge arms, has a thing of ale just over their shoulders there, moving around some stuff behind the bar. Chops, much shorter, kind of red hair, both human.
Who was blondie reminds me of Sergeant Armstrong in Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You see the redhead man looks over and says, "Hello there, what can I do for you?"
Do you have any rooms available?
Yes, plenty. Room for one?
Yes, please. And a beer.
Certainly. Puts you a beer. So that's 4 copper for the 3 copper for the beer and 1 silver for the
Yep, no problem. How does copper translate to
room. 10
silver?
copper to a silver.
Alright, yeah, cool.
I have 2 words for you. Show Tucker. Yeah, you know where I'm going with that.
I'm a Full Metal Alchemist fan. I know what you're Don't.
Brotherhood.
And were you wanting dinner?
Yes, please. That would be great.
One, just another 5 copper.
Okay.
My favourite anime.
Yeah.
5 copper. Big beer yacht to anything after you get your drink. It's about probably 4:30 in the afternoon.
I might just have a chat to him and
Yeah, for
ask
sure.
him about
So-
if he knows anything about the treasure.
Yeah, so something that we're going to do in this campaign that's a bit different is rather than there being a quest board with all the side quests up, we're just going to have to go find them if you want to do them.
Yeah.
Mostly for giving an excuse to use Pathfinders or Rumor Finding.
Ooh,
What mechanics? I missed it.
Rumor Finding. Make an impression and a few other bits and pieces to work together to Rumor Finding.
Ooh,
which is good.
I could do stuff with
So
that.
instead of us role playing this out,
Mhm.
what you're going to do is make an impression, which I believe.
We'll also get to use a polygram PCs because that's where we
Yeah.
I can use my underworld and all that stuff.
Yes, you can also use your various PC abilities, that sort of thing.
Diplomacy.
Society?
I believe it's a society check. Just let me. In fact, roll a society check anyway, because I know another part of this uses a society check.
It's diplomacy, I think.
It's one of those two.
It's diplomacy against will.
To make an impression of
So my society was 18,
18. Good.
and so now diplomacy.
pretty decent diplomacy.
Yes.
And that'll be 17 for diplomacy.
Yeah, make a diplomacy check.
And
That was
I'll
what, sorry?
roll way better tonight. 17 for
Decent
diplomacy.
society.
17.
Good.
You two have a sort of beginning discussion formalities. And what did you say you wanted to talk about? The treasure?
The treasure, yeah.
You see Chops, who this redhead introduces himself as, says, Treasure's been gone for a couple of days now from what I've heard. So it's a right show.
Do you know anything about it?
Well, not beyond the usual. I could tell you, I knew him. He drank here as many did. Like just dwarven whiskey when I could get it in. Not that that's too unusual.
Do you know any dwarven?
I picked up a few bits and pieces in my time, but not a lot. Could order a drink in it, but that's about it.
Oh, okay, yep. Just have his logbook and was just looking to see if someone could translate it for him.
You see, he turns over and speaks to Corpus and says, "Your uncle's still in town." You see, Corpus calls back very, gruff sounding voice and says, "Yeah, he's still here." And comes over and says, "You're looking for a dwarf speaker, are you?"
Oh, yeah.
My uncle moved underground a couple of years back. Speaks it so.
Where's underground?
The underground.
How do you get there?
Oh, there's an elevator over in Reeds.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, in Austin Ross. Next right over.
It's good to know, thank you.
So, yeah, it's an interesting place. We don't got to worry about the bloody Fae there, so that's an improvement. But I think I miss the sunshine too much.
Have you had trouble with the Fae?
Much as anyone does.
Yep. We ran into one on our way back through the forest, actually.
Yeah, well, most people don't get through the forest.
Yeah, fair enough.
They treat you alright?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, actually.
Oh, good.
Good game of Pictionary.
He says, so they weren't the one that gave you all that, then points to the general scars.
No, that was ghouls.
Ghouls?
Yeah.
What are you doing around ghouls?
Apparently we were set on a task to kill some ghouls and bring one back so that they could reverse some sickness that's going around.
So they give each other a bit of an odd look. You see, Gasson says, his uncle's in town, a man by the name of Craig. You'd have to come round tomorrow if you have the book.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be great.
You can take a look at it. You see Corpus heads into the back room of the inn.
Something fishy about this town.
There's something serious.
Something serious.
After a bit of discussion, do you ask about other things going on in town or anything like that? What do you want to know? You've made a good impression with that check, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
So
cool.
they are agreeable mechanically.
Or just if there's any detective jobs that might be around.
See, Chops kind of thinks for a minute and says,
Investigations.
"You see that inn across the road from us?
Yeah.
Guy who runs it, name of Trevor. He's a ruckus.
Yeah, he practically kicked me straight out.
Yeah, he does that. Look, he's a bit. I don't want to be rude. You're not human.
I think
Not
I-
entirely.
You're beastkin, I believe.
Beastkin, yeah, no. Ancestry, human, heritage, beastkin.
Oh, my apologies. That's right. We were going to go. Cool. So no, he doesn't say that.
He was going to be racist.
No, he wasn't going to be racist. He was going to say.
Save the other guys
But,
racist.
see, he says, he's a bit funny with travellers and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I gotta wonder though. That old place doesn't see a lot of customers, but he always seems to have money when he needs it.
Ah,
I gotta wonder if there's something else going on there.
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Now, I don't have the sort of cash to throw around to hire you for that kind of a job, but the People's Committee has known to pay for known lawbreakers to be found out.
What's the People's Committee?
People's Committee, you met Lewis Short. Lewis Short is the head of the People's Committee. People's Committee is, I think it's 7 members of town who form basically like a mayoral council.
Yeah, thought so. Yeah, cool. I was just checking to see if that wasn't something separate from that.
No,
Yeah,
that's
cool.
the
Alright,
Homeowners
that's good to know, thank
more
you.
like
I
a
know.
homeowners association.
They're a group of Karens.
I might have a look into it.
You see, Chops kind of says, otherwise, you're welcome to put a poster up if you're looking for work. People, most of the town comes drinks in at some point of the day.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, no, by all means, there's a notice sign over there. And you see, notice sign has, more of a thing of like, I've got this and that for sale. Anyone know clarinet lessons for my niece?
Yeah.
Like you'd see a notice board in the plaza here. There's no seeking adventurers for doing this stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any paper or
Oh
ink
yeah,
that I could borrow?
reaches below the thing, puts up a thing
Sweet.
there, gives you a little ink jar.
Yeah,
Quill.
I'll basically just write a
Quill, pen,
detective,
1, 2.
Big B,
Yeah, you stick up at it.
contacts at this inn, I guess.
Yeah,
If,
and say I'll take any messages for you.
thank you.
If you're looking.
That'd be
Yeah, by all means. What's your preference for dinner, by the way? Would you like the soup or the chicken?
chicken.
Basically, you'll note down on a ledger thing they have there and say, we'll send that to you a little later.
Sweet, no problem.
We'll go to the hospital now, I think. This is actually going to be fairly quick. Can the two of you please just give me a medicine check?
Oh, okay.
Narrate some stuff.
No interaction.
Yeah,
just roll your,
Medicine check? Good.
roll
win.
your sparkly die.
Roll your dice and tell me what it is.
26.
26.
14.
14.
Okay, look.
all in with one of you for
We're
to
getting up
pass.
in the world.
You're getting up. You're getting up.
That's a combined DC of 40. I mean, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not bad.
That'd
Could be
be
the
cool
one.
if Pathfinder worked like that, but it doesn't.
Could be the one.
Medicine.
I've rolled enough already in this campaign.
One roll. Ooh, I know. You see, with the help of you two, you see the unconscious ghoul is taken into what looks to be kind of a surgical room. They do basically a lumbar puncture type thing. They seem to be extracting some sort of oil from inside the ghoul's bones. It's all a bit grisly. But with various medicine checks, you all help. You get the oil, you dilute it, you work with it in several ways, heat it, boil it, capture the vapors, put it down for a chemistry set, that sort of thing.
I was good with the needle at the
a couple
beginning
of
of that
hours,
process.
couple of hours work. You hold the thing steady, and together you are able to make up about a litres jug of antibody.
Right.
Most of which is going to need to be used for the sailors, but they do. Matron Simone says, kind of at the end of the session, say, well, it looks like this is all be good. Then we'll start giving this to the various nurses and that, so the medicasters can hand it out. I have to thank you both. You've been very helpful.
It's the least we can do.
No, it was quite a bit more than the least you can do. You went and fought a bunch of ghouls outside of town. We are in your debt, very much so. I'll pass on word to the rest of the People's Committee, and we can see about some sort of monetary reward by all means. But in the meantime, you see they kind of go over to a small cupboard and pull out what looks to be from their private stash, sort of thing like. And it says you might find these useful in your travels. You see, they give you a lesser anti-plague. These are items you can find in a lesser anti-plague, a bravado's brew, and a minor elixir of... ignore all of that. I'm reading from the wrong list of rewards.
Whoopsies.
Where's the lighter?
You'll get those
I don't
later.
need them.
What you get instead...
Get those at level 20.
Some idiot here has basically given you the same rewards for two different quests. We'll deal with that later. They give you 2 scrolls of false life. That is 2 first level, I believe they're second level spell scrolls of the spell false life, which gives you
Bunch of temporary hit points.
it's not the number it is in D&D. It's a different number for this, but it's the same.
It's still temporary hit points.
And 2 minor elixirs of life, which are health potions. I'll chuck that in the chat just for ease of finger.
Can Mordred, when I was at the Heath, I cut a Camelot ensign from one of the things, and I'll give it to Matron Simone, even though it's bloodied. We were forced to burn the bodies for the protection of everyone here, but these soldiers are dead and alone somewhere. Perhaps you can make a memorial, something to remember them.
I will pass that on to the town vicar.
Thank you.
I go, Matron Simone, I would happily forego any kind of people's reward or financial recompense to be considered to join the casters.
Can you please give me a request check, which is... doesn't say.
It's on the first page, I think.
It's a diplomacy check.
Yeah.
I'm just sure
So
it's
request is...
just
Yeah, it's just straight diplomacy with a DC of however hard it is.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Give us a diplomacy check.
So crit +1, so 21.
Critical 21. You see, she says, I think that is more than fair. You have shown yourself to be a very skilled, and you see it actually kind of quickly gives you a glance as if to say you've not really shown you have the skills. Not in a mean way, just in a
General sense.
kind of,
I was good with a lump of puncture needle.
you would be more than welcome to join our ranks. There is an official process to be had in the capital, but in Pendragon to the north. But until then, I can give you a provisional license.
Thank you.
And you see, she says, I myself as a head of the local chapter here, and fills out some paperwork. You can add this to your inventory. Medicaster, basically temp paperwork.
Medicaster paperwork.
And that will let you
Substitute
access their
Medi.
resources. You'll get cheaper healing.
Substitute
and it's
Medicaster.
a degree of like authority in some places.
Do I get a mask? Or do I have to go to
You
Pendragon?
can ask for an answer.
May I have a mask?
So she says, "We can certainly spare a uniform."
Thank you.
And you see, after a little moment, one of the other Metacasters brings up a plague doctor mask, that clips down relatively thinner. I will let you wear the mask just freely, obviously. If you want to, you can wear this as something that doesn't count as armor, so you'll be unarmored mechanically, but it will give you +2 to saves against disease.
I will probably wear that.
Yeah, I think you're probably proficient with unarmored things as a
I
cleric.
see you've just achieved your entire arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me done.
Yeah, you just
Episode 3. I've got a new hat. I'm going to go and get my plague mask now. And
the
quiz
one
time.
check that mattered, and you got a crit.
Yeah.
Don't be like
Very happy. Thank you.
In fact, yeah, let's start that early. You see, after you've been initiated, it's entirely devoid of like sanctimony or anything like that. It's very much here's the paperwork, here's your outfit.
Piss off.
No, piss off. Just like we don't have time. There's no like oath. There's no circumstance. There's no ritual. It's just
Really
simply
practical
done.
and pragmatic.
But so they say, in fact,
Go work for the Gates Foundation.
if you plan to leave town, anytime soon, come speak to me before you do. I might have a job for you to help the Metacasters if you're interested. We've received interesting words of late from the but I would not respect. It's a need to know matter. Unless you happen to be heading in the right direction, then I would keep it for those who want to. But until then, enjoy yourself. You are welcome to the hostel amenities if you should need them.
Mordred, because I wasn't part of that conversation, was I?
No, not necessarily. Probably we can say that after you finish.
Once you're finished with that, Mordred will come up to you and he'll say, I'm really glad that you decided to help. I know you think you were just doing it for the mask and to hide yourself. I don't think you need to hide yourself, but you chose to stay even when you could have left us there, when you had the glue. All I'm trying to say is, I'm glad that you helped.
Well, Nick had the goal. Bigby got himself killed. So, you left me with no choice, really. And she shrugs it off, but more of a very not used to,
Praise.
very uncomfortable with the and is adjusting her newly acquired plague doctor mask, and it seems much happier.
I'm a little...
As much as you can tell with the plague doctor mask on. Yeah.
Just want to say that little role play there. We didn't need to be called out like that.
Yeah, how dare you.
What's that?
Hero points.
We didn't need to be called out like that.
Yeah.
Take a hero point each.
Mordred and...
Mordred and Drizel.
Was that just for the roleplay?
Yeah.
So
It's good role play.
we've got a scroll of
You got two
Is that two
scrolls
spells?
of false.
False light.
false light.
You can have one.
Did someone check what that does?
I can.
Is anyone
No,
keeping a
I've-
record for? Are you keeping
I've got the
a
record
record
for
Oh,
who's got what. So far, it's just the scrolls, the elixir, and the life and so far.
Where would it be?
I'll look it up real
I
quick.
don't know, to tell you the truth. If you just go all items and search, it probably
Yeah.
will just be a first level spell scroll. Is what you have
It
to
is a
have.
second level spell.
Second level spell scroll.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
And I'll pop it in.
how many 10 hit points?
Thanks.
Does it give you?
Number of hit points equal to 6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Awesome.
I'll just add it
So
as
6 plus your spellcast
Yep.
modifier. And scrolls in this can be used by anyone with no checks at all. That's actually rules as written in Pathfinder, which is nice.
because I cannot
Second level
find
necromancy
it.
spell.
But that's fine. I shall add it.
Spell scroll of spell. It's got a slightly different name than. Anyway,
It's fine. I'll find it.
Rose, you got to know those exist.
Yes.
Awesome. All good then. Over the back in this Lone Pine, what are the two of you having talking about, Merida and Nick? do you catch Nick up to speed on
Yeah.
what we said? You see that entire time Trevor just stands behind the bar. You're the only 3 people in the room, cleaning a glass, but largely just looking at you.
Yeah.
Work for it.
Nick wouldn't tell Merida immediately about what the head of the guard said because he doesn't want it to be overheard.
But
Yeah.
that's so many pine trees in that place.
Yeah, should we go catch up with Bigby?
And Nick will lead right in.
We're getting across the road.
Something wrong with
This
this
is
town.
eco-terrorism.
Very, very, very wrong with this town. Very wrong.
Come back and forth.
Look, I'm used to this kind of thing. Even this is
You
shady.
have to work out a spell that just like makes it rain.
Yeah.
It's like every day.
Just divert a bit of the plumbing.
No, no.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And we will go find Bigby.
As soon as we get
Because there's
outside,
something weird happening in
I'll
that
grab
tower.
Meredith. Now, what? This is the weird thing. The head of the guard,
Yeah.
he wants to pay us 30 silver each to pretend to rob
What
the
what
town
illegal
hall
thing he's doing? Drugs,
and fail on purpose
trafficking,
to give the town
For
guard a
morale?
cockfighting.
for a morale boost for the town guard.
Oh,
I mean, I
think
can
Seinfeld
see why
episode
they
this
might need morale engines.
Little Jerry
Little
Parsons.
Jerry
I'm not going back
I'm
anymore.
not saying we have to do it. I'm
But-
just saying it does
Are
make
you
a
turning
bit
this
of
conversation in
logical
the street with a bunch of people?
No,
Or
I pulled her aside away from everyone to have a conversation.
you're in a public town. Where is away from people?
Like just around a corner, like in an alleyway.
Dark Valley or something.
It's a village.
And it'd be
Yeah.
very, very it would be like hushed tones.
Give me a stealth check.
Behind the low pine.
Or alternatively, you could go into the other town.
Kissing time.
I said they were hiding behind the lone pine. She said
The
it's
lone
the
pine is
kissing
about
pine.
knee high. It's
17.
not like a pine tree.
17.
18 and 17. Good
Kids
to know.
keep cutting it down. They
You
have to
have
keep
odd
people
look
into
for a
it.
couple of people as they walk past you.
I'm not going to suggest to the rest of them. No, Mordred wouldn't go for it.
Let's
Maybe
just
that little
find
witch can just
Bigby.
make
Let's find Bigby.
this
What's going on?
that's left over just regrow.
Hopefully they got better beer in here.
Yeah, well, Sibylla vanished into the woods.
Sibylla, in fact, has vanished into the woods. Sibylla has their own business.
Still has got things to keep on top of.
Absolutely.
Having a party with the green man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll walk into
Yeah,
Split Bell.
walking them
You two walk into Split Bell, and you see Bigby drinking at the bar, I assume, possibly at a
Yeah.
table. Your preference?
How's
I'll
the
drink a
vibe
bar.
in this
I'm
bar? Is
getting
it
along with the
very,
bartender.
very different to the other one?
Yeah, there's people coming out. So the Split Bell is not a giant establishment, but certainly quite large. There's, maybe 5 or 6. In fact,
Are you going to
Uh,
take the
this-
other elixir of life as well?
yes.
There's
No,
two.
that's
It's
not.
in the. There's
Yeah.
2 minor elixir.
But yeah, the
And
Split Bell
2
is
scroll
a
of
large
false
place. There's,
life.
4 or 5 other patrons around there. There's noise.
All right,
coming
'cause
from
that's
upstairs.
what went into the
Yeah,
chat.
right.
Walk in
There's a
like
hearth in the corner. It's quite a welcoming sort of place. There's a few
That's fine.
like kind of classy
I'll
taps
take
to
it.
you might get like a
Same.
cat and a pig's head or something like that.
It's free music.
Maybe some sad antlers,
I might
Nick will
add it
walk in
as
like
a
sort of half let, like
customised.
put his arm on the bar as he stands there. Don't suppose you got any whiskey here? Do you?
You see, Chops looks over.
Great
says,
custom scroll.
Certainly we do. Would you
Spell
like
level
top
2.
side or lower? Which you would know.
You can add it as a
top
custom
side,
scroll.
Which is nice.
Add it as a custom scroll.
We'll go topside for now.
Sort of thing. It's to a shot. You want it straight?
Of course.
What's that there?
It's in mine.
Slam over. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
And drink for you at all? Yes.
Yes, Marilla would take one of their.
Yeah, Perry and Mead, something
Yeah.
like that. Gives you some sort of
Just
non-street drink.
not ale, not so much an ale drinker.
Sounds like something like this.
Gives you something along those lines. Pretty copper.
Oh, because it is.
It's not from there.
Oh, it's just
for
for
the
the
shop.
kind of figured.
You 3 catch up. Do you share any information with each other while you're there?
No, not really.
Cool.
I don't think there's anything relevant.
Merida probably would kind of briefly mention the extremely weird interaction that we had with the bartender across the road.
Oh yeah, I think he's up to something illegal.
Really? Because
I just think whole town's a little shady.
It's really easy to add.
the whole
The
town.
whole town's a little
Is
shady.
there
I like this guy.
is there
I'll
any
show you.
beef on this venue?
Beef.
Yeah.
What do you want
Do you
beef
see
for?
beef on the menu?
You got any beef?
Beef?
Yeah.
Like the meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do beef. What do you want?
Yeah, they can do bacon.
I don't know. I'm kind of jonesing for a beef pie.
I don't do pie, sorry, I don't have pastry. There's a bakehouse across town though, if you want one. I need a stew though. A stew not beef.
Yeah, stew sounds good to me.
Delicious.
Did you two want rooms, by the way?
Yes, please.
Wonderful.
Separate.
Two rooms. 15 silver for room and feed. Room and feed.
What exactly are you trying to tell me here?
15 silver.
Am I not good enough to share a room with? I'm feeling a little insulted.
My apologies. We're not that sort of stuff.
I'm just laughing.
So it's 10 copper and a silver.
No gas.
Yes, so 1 copper, 1 silver, 5 copper.
Not as
Am I not
charming
good
as
enough?
you
To,
think.
I'm not good enough to share a room with. I'm feeling a little insulted here.
Listen, I have 3 brothers. I would just like my own space. It's not
All right,
not it's
look,
not
look,
you. It is me.
Look, I can understand that. I grew up on a ship. There's not a lot of room.
You see that there is 2 taverns, one being the Split Bell, the other being the Lone
Mordred is actually underage, so I don't think he can drink.
Is Mordred underage?
Yeah,
How old's Mordred?
16.
That's an age. For
Okay.
That's
Oh, come on. Medieval times.
That's way age.
You're
You're middle aged.
practically middle aged.
What?
You'll have your
5
midlife
kids.
crisis.
I've got strong opinions on being of age in fantasy settings.
I love it.
Drizella, which institution are you towards?
Drizella would go to if she has to go to either, she'd go to the smaller.
You're going to get the same spiel again.
Drizella hangs towards the
Yeah, but-
With the mask on?
Mordred is
Yeah. Totally. Drizella's in full kit. Like I've ditched my armor. Yeah, I've ditched my armor. Yeah.
You're mechanically unarmored.
Mechanically, I am unarmored.
So you're not wearing the mask? Or what?
Oh
No,
yeah,
you are, yeah. Okay.
She's wearing the
Oh,
uniform.
right, yeah. Cool.
I'm in full uniform. Yes, I've unarmored myself in the street. I got changed at the hospice. I didn't actually get changed in the street.
You see, you head in. You see the, and again you see the beaming face of one Trevor Becker.
It's a
Looks over
taste.
the 2 of you. Does Mordred wear armor?
He's got light chainmail.
Looks over the 2 of you and says, "Well, good afternoon, and yourself. What can I do for the 2 of you?"
We're just looking for a place to stay.
Might I ask what brings you to town?
Well, I'm travelling through the Reams.
I've had work at the hospice.
Indeed.
Hello.
Not interested in staying in their barracks then?
No, I prefer somewhere quieter.
I'm afraid if you're looking for quiet, this is not quite. I recommend the Split Bell across the street. You'll get a proper night's sleep.
And
we
she look-
have,
Is there anybody?
musicians, bards coming
Is
out.
there anybody in here?
There are 4 bards standing. All playing the bagpipes. I'm afraid from sundown to midnight, it's just. I've taken to putting wax in my ears. Yes.
While Nick was there, did he get any inkling this guy's like on the criminal side of things?
Give me do you have criminals? One of
I
your
have underworld law.
Yeah, give us an underworld law check.
What's my thought about his overall
Vibe check. Yeah.
vibe check? Is he lying to me?
Give us a sense motive. That sounds like, which is a perception check. What is there?
18 for the underworld law.
Nothing indicates to you that they're underworld. Like they weren't like nothing they were saying was like in thieves' cant or in that sort of thing. There was no signs or symbols or anything. It seemed odd, but
Odd, but not criminal.
He's a high class.
16 that's better. Yeah, certainly not necessary. The funny thing with that is, and you know you roll an 18 like character-wise, it's hard to tell, especially if you don't have good proficiencies with that sort of thing. So, like, it could be. I'm not saying it isn't, but you don't think so.
Sorry, what am I rolling? 18.
Perception.
Perception. 25.
At 25, almost a critical success.
You are rolling so well.
No, it's because you're not.
It balances out.
The
I have actually rolled, apart from the 2 I rolled right at the beginning. I
The
probably will.
idea of 4 bards playing bagpipes staying in the same establishment is unlikely, to say the least.
I go.
They are a good liar, though.
It is nice to hear that there are musicians here. I sing myself. Would you like to hear?
Oh God.
I'm terribly toned
Have
deaf
I
myself.
seen you do anything with this?
No.
Okay.
I appreciate music as much as the next innkeeper, but perhaps later. I hear Corpus Briar across the street is a
You're basically a banshee.
virtuoso of various movements. I
Basically
appreciate.
I take my mask off. Okay, they're very warm,
Alex from
and then I glare at him.
Intimidation check.
Yeah, I can demoralize. I think with my intimidation.
Yeah, you do demoralize as an action for sure.
So I can use intimidating glare
Yep.
to demoralize.
Demoralize, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
is intimidation is still the skill you use.
yeah, it's intimidation.
Mordred's just sitting at the bar, kind of watching what's happening, a bit scared.
What's that? Oh god, that's a
You will travel with a banshee.
intimidation. 15.
15 won't cut it, I'm afraid, for the mechanics.
Then I might have to sing it.
Oh God.
You see...
He's
it's,
annoying me.
Look,
It's nice and quiet in here.
it looks more to you at this point. It says, look, you seem like a decent pair. I don't want any trouble. If you need to stay here,
I'll pull Drizella aside and I say, look, I don't know what you're trying to do. Do you want to stay here, or should we just go across the road and leave this poor person?
It's a very strange business he is running if he doesn't need any custom.
I thought you'd understand wanting privacy. Maybe
If you want privacy, you don't run a tavern.
This is very fair.
It is very logical.
Might have inherited it from family. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't want to run it.
Drizella looks at him and goes, do you want to run a tavern?
Alright, look. And kind of joins you in your huddle. The people at the tavern across the street gives the same speech,
Yeah.
beat for beat.
About the
About
beef.
that meat.
About the
They're
cows.
always they're buying 2 cows a week. There's no beef on them.
That's fascinating, but
No beef
still
on the menu.
a poor reason for you running yourself out of business.
I'm not running myself out of business.
Oh.
But when
You must have a ready supply of money from your lack of customers.
No, I have customers, but when a Medicaster and Resume a Knight walk through my door,
Yeah.
I'm not going to swallow this chance. I did send a group over there earlier, but in
A
case-
ranger?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And
In furs.
I presume a sailor of some kind.
Yeah.
And a pair of chap. I didn't
That's
say he
our
was a
friends.
Oh, very good. No, oh, good. Well, just stay with them. They're across the street. Go.
Trizella rolls her eyes, puts a mask back on and wanders across the street.
and kind of leans in. Check the bins.
Have a good day.
Check the bins for barns.
I'm loving the
There
reflection
won't
of my
be any.
keyboard on that one.
You two head over there,
Really
and 5
cool.
of you are in
That suits it perfectly.
the split bell.
Can I
It's
ask
beautiful.
something?
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if this is something.
Painted.
We know that
Weekends
there's a ritual that's about to
Totally.
happen, right?
Kind of. So Sibylla.
Sibylla
knows
was the
that-
one,
and
okay.
Sibylla was sent to interrupt the ritual. I think probably Besser of the Lone Pine would have said as well. Would have said that something's going to happen near Lone Marsh.
Oh, no, just a bunch of
Sent you to
cows
break
there.
out Sibylla, and then also something's to help. So Besser wouldn't have known what. Sibylla potentially could have, but isn't here to check. So
Okay,
It's got a splitting conspiracy theories.
let's go to the tavern.
you head in, same thing. Large man moving stock around, smaller redhead introduces himself as Chops, and you see your 3 companions drink at the bar.
I'll walk over. Good news. I think everyone's cured. It worked.
That's fantastic news.
So
Another news.
That makes the trouble worth the while, doesn't it?
In other news, though,
Right.
there's something bizarre going on in this town.
Oh, this town is shady as all
missing
hell.
cows.
Oh, I
and
this town.
Did you went to next door? You went to the next door too?
kicked us out too.
I'm like at least 3 or 4 beers in at this
Did
point.
he give you the spirit of
How does a gold translate to silver?
It's a bit.
Ten.
No.
No.
What?
Yeah, no. Nick would totally be on his second whiskey by now. Totally be on his second whiskey.
There's something going like I know there's
Nick.
something that's supposed to be happening soon, but like
No.
something in this town just doesn't.
Gisela, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Like he immediately rushed out. I stood my ground a bit. I was
You can
This
take
is
10
not
if you
my
get
vibe.
less than 10.
Gisela
Pardon?
tried to
If you
scare
get less than
us
10
into-
on the dice,
Yeah.
you can take
Okay. 17 now.
Just trying.
Everything around here is shady as hell. Like, I've been around some shady people, but this is ridiculous.
like, he's had a strange request from the guards as well.
Drizella just
Shady.
walks up to the bar
And yeah, Nick still.
and goes,
Get her lost.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Always on,
No, he's
always on
rubbing
to
it
help
just-
out the
just
medical
front of the
assistants.
hill.
What can I do for you?
The horns.
a large ale.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Jesus! What the hell's that thing?
2 copper for you.
I hand those over and I say to Mordred,
Gisela discount.
would you like a drink?
I don't drink.
And
think this
a
one's a-
second large ale.
Not even
I
some
think this
apple
one's a little
juice?
young for that, don't you think?
Not even some apple juice?
Mordred's quite short, so we kind of, when he sits at the bar, his feet dangle a little bit.
Okay, I give Mordred an ale that's almost as large as he is by the sounds of things.
It's a cup the size of, a pint and a half of ale. The size of Morgan's head.
Oh, come on, it'll put some hair on your chest. And I'm looking straight at Bigby when I say it.
Oh god.
You see, they come over and put a picture beside you.
Mordred will hold it, but not drink it.
So it's about 5 o'clock by the time all this goes down. Maybe 5:30. You've got accommodation sorted out. What are people up to before you go to bed? Anything anyone wants to do?
Dinner?
Yeah, dinner is probably served soonish.
You know.
In fact, it would be served around sundown in a place with candles and light and that. So yeah, you see various people start getting things around. Some people are served, a quarter of a bird, some rice and vegetables. Other people are served a stew, stew, chicken, stew or chicken, Gisela.
What's in the stew?
Stew, beef, carrot, potato.
There is beef in
It's,
this.
it's,
Can we tell if the meat's actually beef?
yeah, you can try for that. Do you beef or chicken? Would you like?
What would that be?
It's like an aeroplane.
Or survival, probably.
Nick's just eating because it's very rare you get
Chicken.
fresh meat on a
Chicken
boat, so he's holding in.
Chicken. Wonderful, 3 chickens and 2 stews.
16?
16? Yeah. Beef.
He's used to like
Okay.
cured meats and like
Are we all
pickled
sitting
pork and
together
stuff.
for dinner?
This-
Yeah.
Presumably.
Mordred will say, since we just risked our lives together, what are you all doing here?
Drinking and eating.
This is a fair question to ask.
I'm just looking for a new place to live.
Broader scope, perhaps, than
Yeah.
drinking and eating.
Well, to be honest, I don't know what you guys saw when I was fighting, but whatever it was I was doing, I want to know why I'm doing it, and if someone can get rid of it for me. I'm terrified of magic. Absolutely terrified of it.
Magic is terrifying when you don't know about it. The more
Yeah,
you
but
learn,
it's coming out. It shouldn't be coming out of me. That's the problem. I shouldn't be
How
able
do
to
you
do
know?
it.
How do you know you shouldn't be able to?
Well, no one else in my family can do it.
Maybe
Isn't it a family
food.
thing?
No one else in my family turned into a bear. But
Maybe
Turn
you've
into a bear? What?
Family turned into a bear?
It's
Some
a
sort of-
very long story.
some sort of
My
curse or
mother
something?
and my brothers turned into. Look, I don't really want to get into it,
My
but
family
like,
does that.
well, that's your family. But what I'm trying to say is, sometimes
pretty normal to
something
me.
happens to you that might not happen to the rest of your family.
Maybe you just got the
Yeah,
flu.
It
but-
skips a generation.
Yeah, but it's. Look, I've seen some of the shit that magic can do.
It is
It's
terrifying.
it's scary as shit.
It's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, but can you just stand there and then all of a sudden be 15 foot that way? Without even knowing how you did it?
I am
I
going
can't.
to help
Sort it.
Nick come to terms with his magic.
Oh yeah, how are you going to do that?
Yeah.
What helpful action do you want to take for 2 points?
And the more he talks about magic, the more he's.
I'm going to cast
furiously
Waking Nightmare.
Oh, God.
Okay. That's
What's the
interesting.
save on that?
don't know if it's safe.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to fill his head with all the visions of all the different kinds of magics.
Will save this.
Me?
No, I'm not doing.
It's on me.
It's on.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I know what's happening. Is that a spell?
Yeah, it's my focus spell.
Oh, lovely.
Will?
Will for Mordred, yes.
11.
Sorry, with disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Is that me as well?
No, you do whatever normally happens.
Yeah, that'll be 11.
So it's
What's the
so it's a will save. Okay.
25?
What'd you roll when you dice?
Natural 20?
Horrendous.
Not uncommon for Ryan.
Maybe when you're worried you can do magic, you should just not do magic instead.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like I've got control over it. I just do it.
I've been thinking about
25
Sounds like
for
excuses.
Drizella.
The more I
That'll
try
be a
not to do
critical.
it, the more I do
That'll
it.
be a success.
That's a success, not a critical success. So you're frightened one. As you suddenly see.
Nick will literally fall off his bastard and collapse on the ground,
What
scream.
images do you see coming? Does Nick
Oh,
see?
you know, all of the magic.
I should
You know,
cut this one off.
hmm?
He fell off his bar store, so I'm talking to the bartender. I said, I think you should cut this one off.
Oh, you know, people teleporting backwards and forwards, things spontaneously catching fire. You
Nick's on the
know,
ground screaming, having a panic attack.
Just a second. As you do that, the verbal components of that, as you speak those words,
yeah.
Mordred, you got a 11, did you say?
Yeah.
You fail on, you crit fail, sorry, on a fear effect. You're frightened too. As these are the same words that someone you know uses to cast the same spell.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
You can reveal as much of that as you like.
Mordred would immediately stand up and start backing away.
And Nick.
Yeah, I'm on the ground screaming, I'm having a panic attack. But during my panic attack, I cast Produce Flame at both hands. Because it's a cantrip. I'm not throwing it, just I'm
okay,
looking
cool.
at the fire in my hands and I'm panicking even more.
I'm just staring at you, kind of
He's
terrified.
sitting there just on the ground, just
I'll grab your pitcher and just pour it on his front.
Drizilla's just drinking her beer.
Quickly comes over as well. Water all over you.
so yeah. Nick now is rocking back and forwards,
Great
just
big
rocking,
hands grab you on the
And-
collar. Get a grip, man! Get a grip!
and scratching my head like this. I'm doing this the whole time.
Give us another will saving throw. And what is Mordred up to?
Mordred's just continuing to back away, looking terrified of Drizella, which he never has before.
Merida is just looking at each and every individual in the party going,
Oh, please don't.
"What
Please
is
tell me I roll what I hope I rolled. I hope I roll. Oh fuck! Would you believe it? Another natural 20.
That is a
25.
success distribution field 1.
I was wanting to roll a natural one.
Elect
You
to
can
fail
elect.
it.
You know what? I'm going to elect to critically fail this. I'm going.
I
You
wanna see
stay
what happens.
rather scared.
Can I say to Drizella, did she teach you those words?
Like I'm in a dark corner, just
Drizella's like,
huddled in a dark corner.
he's not enjoying it right now, but he will come to understand his magic if he faces his fear.
Give me another will, fear save. Disadvantage as well.
Merida would take her
You've heard those words in that order before.
take her cloak
That's a
and
10.
try and talk
That's a
her
crit fail again.
and just kind of like drape the cloak over Nick and just kind of like
As soon as the
what
cloak
can I
touches,
do to help?
as soon as the cloak touches him, he'll try to bury himself even further into the corner.
He'll
He's
be fine.
terrified.
He will be fine.
I'm not getting
I
paid
know
enough
he'll
for
be
this
fine.
shit.
I had a similar reaction.
You see, at this point, in fact, you being the only one left at the table, you see Chops
I'm a
comes up,
qualified
grabbing the
medicaster.
shoulder.
He will be
Says,
fine.
"Your travelling companions quite all right. I saw some fire.
I don't think so. They like the town just like picks these random crazy people and put them on the quest.
He's coming to terms.
Sure.
He takes you into the back of the tavern.
He's coming to terms with his own abilities. It will
So
settle itself out in a
Nick
minute.
starts to calm down.
It's
So Nick will start to calm down, get his breathing under control.
Deep breath.
Throw the cloak off, walk straight up to Drusilla
Oh.
and punch her straight in the face.
Wow.
Smack!
Drusilla, are you happy for PvP?
Oh, yeah.
Give us an attack roll, unarmed,
I don't think I have an unarmed modifier here.
which will mean you just use.
Yeah, that's
This
fine.
is all really
Do
violent.
check though, because quite a
It's
few
good,
classes
good
get
thing I'm not. I just got taken out of
Being
it because I don't think
I
I'd
think
approve
I am
the files
proficient in
against
unarmed attacks
Yeah,
as a magus.
quite a few do. Proficiencies, unarmed attacks. No, you're not.
There's a perk I can take.
Sorry, my apologies. You are trained in unarmed.
Trained in
That's
unarmed.
unarmed, not unarmed attack. You're trained. You got a +3 modifier.
+3. I'm hoping this is low, so it actually doesn't do anything.
It's
So I
alright.
don't want it to do anything. It's just he's just so angry. He's just taking a swing.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's an 8 to hit.
8 to hit.
8
It
to
doesn't hit.
Yeah, it's like just take a swing.
It's just
Don't
steps back.
ever do that to me again. That was utterly horrifying.
It'll be not as bad next time, though. When
There
you...
will be no bloody next time. You're not doing that to me again.
No, I won't do it again. But next time you cast the magics, it will seem less terrifying.
Well, anything's less terrifying than that.
Exactly.
I need another whiskey.
Mordred,
Go
off
for
in
your
the
life.
You see, with the absence of chops, you see Corpus pauses a little less steady ahead.
Look, I'm sorry. She scared the shit out of me.
Just keep the flames.
I didn't mean to do that. All right, I didn't
Well,
mean to.
Don't do it again. Out the back of the inn,
That was a success.
I can. This is an absolute success. You see, Chopra takes you and says, "Jeez, people you're with, how well do you know?"
Aversion therapy,
Oh, not
really?
at all. I met them like a
Okay, good. We can be frank.
yeah.
I know that was aversion.
Are they going to burn down or ruin Harry?
Not if I have anything to do about it.
That's good to hear.
I'm
I'll
helpful.
stop them from doing that.
Good job. Good. Happy to hear.
Yes.
Listen, if it comes down to it, will you
Yeah.
help us
Kick them out? Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. You can stay for free tomorrow night. Says, we appreciate a bit of. Well, I mean, Corpus has enough for himself, but I appreciate some extra.
Yeah, no problem.
Good.
Nickel gave me
Bloody
a
hell,
drink
I
next
got you a
corner.
spare room. I've done well today.
Just
You said you're a detective.
Indeed.
we sit in the corner rubbing his head with one hand and
Come have a chat with me.
trying to see if the
tomorrow.
flame will pop up, get in his hand again.
I think sometime
Some
after
magic.
I'm gonna test you.
Sounds good.
You head out back into the thing. Nick drinking by himself.
Yeah.
What's Mordred up
Drinks
to?
it by himself.
He's in the corner, kind of terrified, frantically with his cloak, adding an image onto it.
You're currently frightened 4, so you're probably
You
not doing that very
carving?
well.
Pardon?
Like, are you carving a little
Embroidering on my
It's a little meditative thing, yeah, that's why Nick's drinking.
Merida, what are you up to?
Merida would probably try and help calm Mordred down.
Wonderful.
Also see if there's anything she could do to help, and yeah, just try and keep everyone calm.
After everyone gets a little closer back to center, what people want to do? It's about
I'll sit on the opposite side of the table to do that.
Yeah, I'm over with Mordred.
It's a little while after you've had your food, fed, and drink, you've got your accommodation sorted. You can go up and rest. You can do some downtime stuff if you have anything. I don't know if you're at level 1 yet, or you know that there's a couple of other leads and things here for you to follow up. You know that
Find out about the cows.
Officer Bradley, you can certainly investigate that sort of stuff. You can snoop around here or investigate that some other way. You might want to go. You can talk to the butcher. You can look around. What do you reckon? There is also the thing with the missing treasurer. It's still very much a thing you've got other stuff to look into with that.
We've got the fake steal from the treasury, fake being
Yeah.
arrested.
What do people want to do? Or do you want to call it a night, get arrested?
Nick's
I,
going,
I think we've all had a pretty
Nick's
rough
going to bed.
day.
I'm stale.
Mordred doesn't want to sleep, especially after the
Yeah,
Friday.
no, Nick's going to bed. He's not going to sleep. He's going to bed.
You go to bed.
I'm drinking. I was not trying to scare Mordred.
No, that was a very odd reaction.
Yeah.
That was
And-
really strange.
And I wasn't particularly trying to scare as the
That's what they're
default
doing.
position. I wasn't trying to scare Nick. I was trying to expose Nick to something so that when Nick gets his own magics, it's way less scary.
Aversion therapy.
Aversion therapy, which seems to have
Exposure
worked fine.
therapy.
Exposure therapy, it's all good. But I wasn't trying to upset Mordred.
Yeah, that was a distinctly strange reaction. There's no reason you can know of that should have happened.
So she's sort of sitting there drinking, sort of like this, with her full thing on, just sort of the head cocked on one side, sort of just watching Mordred.
Am I still mechanically frightened?
That fades over after a minute.
Okay. So does Mordred come back at all?
Yeah, I'll come back.
Okay. So when Mordred comes back, I'm like, I apologise. I did not intend to have an effect on you. I was merely trying to make our chaotic magic's friend see so much magic that when he casts, he is not scared of himself. I did not intend to have any effect on you. You seem quite unsettled.
Was it just the words, or did I get the vision as well?
You didn't get any visions, but that's the spell.
Yeah.
And I pushed the giant stein of beer back across the table.
Mordred doesn't touch the beer, but he says, I just knew someone who used to say the spell the same way. Someone I'd
Sorry,
prefer to
sorry?
forget.
Or until you get to 8.
Okay, I got to 8.
I am sorry. I will try and say it differently.
Did someone teach that spell to you?
It's the faceless soldier, isn't it?
You follow the faceless
Yeah.
soldier. You probably the code didn't learn it explicitly.
Yeah. I follow the ways of the faceless soldier. At least I have done for a while now. Sometimes these things just come to me, usually in my own nightmares, and I think of them as gentle gifts from the faceless soldier themselves.
Well, as long as you've never met a strange woman in the woods who taught you that spell.
I've met several strange women in the woods, but none that have taught me spells.
Many strange women live in the woods. That's where I find my strange woman.
It's one of my
Pretty much
favourite.
seven,
It's one of my favourite.
In the woods.
It's one of my favourite Sloan Joan folk songs. Do you know Luscious Linda in the Woods?
Yeah.
Merida, what are you up to?
You've
You've
Merida
had
would,
dinner, you've had a food.
Merida would kind of just be sitting, kind of listening to what the party's talking about, and just kind of observing the tavern itself. Kind of,
Sure.
if there are any other people around, having conversations. Sort
There's a
of thing,
couple.
just one thing
You meet. Let's
perks my
introduce an,
ear.
let's introduce an NPC. Can you roll me a D? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll me a D6. Don't roll 6.
Roll the one.
Wonderful. Drinking in the tavern is a rather rowdy man. Looks like he would have once been quite a fit gentleman, but a little older in this day and age. Great big beard and a shaved bald head. A great big bushy beard.
What colour is bushy?
Grey. He's an older gentleman. But wearing kind of simple, not complex, but nice farmer's garb. Grey, sort of. And you see, people would be calling him Paul.
Paul.
Paul seems to be his name, with the occasional person referring to him as Mr. Getgood. Sorry, Goodget. Mr.
Goodget.
Goodget. Paul
Get the
Goodget.
silver fox.
And you see, he seems to be quite popular. There's a couple of people, come in with him, drinking with. They look to be labourers of some sort, people travelling with him. He looks to be a little, certainly not in clothes you wear for field work. You can
I guess
give
you'd
any
also
sort
be
of check if
observing.
you want about that, or otherwise.
I guess you'd also be observing the barkeep and the owners of the tavern, kind of bouncing off of the learn pine and the cow stuff, who's just being very inquisitive and.
What's your perception modifier? Get the both of them to make an impression.
Why can I not see perception?
It's on the left.
I know it's on offense.
In
There.
offense.
+6.
+6. Lovely. I will let you. Actually, you know what? You can roll. Sorry. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, 9 +6. So.
15.
Yeah.
I'll let you learn about one of them. There is either Chops, the barkeeper you've spoken to a little bit, short, redhead, or there is Corpus. Big.
Let's hear about Corpus.
Corpus is very quiet. Corpus mostly communicates by walking up to Chops, putting a hand on the shoulder and whispering. They're heading off. Corpus seems to be there. They're running meals. They don't seem to be like in the kitchen cooking, but they're definitely ducking in there, grabbing a lot of stuff. Big, strong barrel of a man, barrel of a chest. Nice mustache. Seems very, not grumpy, but takes himself very serious.
Okay.
Anything else in particular you'd like to know?
You know what? I would like to compliment them on the stew.
Yeah,
Say that the beef was delicious and inquire as to where they source their beef. Whether it's
Corpus says, "Oh, thank you. We've recently been trying some
Totally,
new
yeah.
recipes, that sort of thing." So we get it from a farm over in Austin Lost. Let me just super quickly check that's still the name of the place.
That's the vegan conspiracy theory. We don't do that one.
I couldn't find it on the map. When I looked.
Okay, the one between Display and Marines.
I think it's Oaken something.
Oaken, yeah.
Oakenville.
shit.
Oakenville. Is it Oakenville?
That's what it is.
It is Oakenville, yes. Sorry. Austin Lost, ignore all that. So Oakenville is what people would be saying. We get them from a farm in Oakenville, just to the east.
Is that where Buddy Boy said that they were getting?
Yes. Yeah, that matches. So we get them from there. We haven't done a cooking in house with beef before we got from the butcher, but with the quantities we've been needing lately, we've had to source ourselves. I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. I'll pass that on to Sharon.
Yes, please do. And then after that, she would probably head to bed.
Yeah, sure thing.
Can I ask something from the bartender?
All that?
Can I ask something from the bartender?
No.
How long do you think old mate next door has been refusing customers?
I say this with as much care as it's possible to. He's not right. He's got some strange ideas about things. He's been like this for years. Look,
Right, okay.
you see, he kind of leans in. You see, he waits for a time when Corpus is around. He says, "Look, I don't like to bring this up, but Trevor next door is a little, I think, still rather jealous that he didn't get to propose to Corpus before I did.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
He's held that against the two of us for years now."
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
He does have some customers though. I don't imply that he's isolated there or anything like that. There are the odd people who come through, but we've done several expansions. We did our most recent one 3 springs ago now, I think it was. We added another part of the second floor of more bedrooms, and each time we do, a few people go next door, and I imagine he's rather dried up for money these days. I don't know how he's managing it, as I've said.
Okay. Good to know. Do you mind if I take one of these beers outside?
By all means, just bring the glass back.
Yeah.
Take them while you like.
Most certainly will. I'll grab another beer and then I'll start heading outside.
Yeah, for sure. Bed, stew, and then did you say you're turning in after that discussion with bartenders? Drizella, what are you up to?
Is Mordred okay?
Is Mordred okay?
No.
Then I would stay up with Mordred.
Cool. You two staying up there. Bigby, where do you head?
I'm gonna start if there's no one around, is there anyone hanging around the Lone Pine?
Not particularly that you see, no.
I just want
There's
to
lights on
basically
the side.
take like a walk around the perimeter and do a bit of an investigation.
Yeah, for sure. Give me a perception check.
That was an excellent perimeter.
I'm going to
Thanks.
use one of my hero
That
points.
was awesome.
Roll that. And that'll be a 22.
22. Let me count one out, but you do find some stuff.
Please, can you do that again, just for
That
the
was so satisfying.
for the amusement, because
Look
I
at
still had the
previous
photographs of. Yeah.
It's very quick. Just
Party.
sprint around there.
You're not going to see anything
With the beer
about
as well.
speed. With the beer.
And the top hat.
What did you get? What did you roll, sorry?
I rolled a 17,
17.
and I've got +5 on perception.
Oh, so what was what was
22.
it? 22. Oh, beautiful. You don't find anything immediately. There's a light on upstairs in the thing. You can see someone's behind someone's lit a candle, that sort of thing, as the sun's going down.
Mm-hmm.
You do see a town guard, kind of just around here at one of the larger buildings. Who are you making an attempt to kind of hide what you're doing, or are you just kind of looking around?
Yeah.
Give us a
don't-
stealth check then.
Yeah, I don't want to look super obvious. Yep. Hero point. Okay. I'll have something better. If the hero point rolls lower, do I have to take the second one?
Nope, you take the higher of the two.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hero points are kind.
What? Yeah, still. Is 12.
12.
The alcohol's getting to me. Not this stuff here, so I wouldn't have to do it.
No, and the guard clocks onto what they're doing with 12. You see, they kind of walk over. So the guard, a kind of young woman, short cropped hair, says, "Excuse me, sir. You wouldn't happen to be
Then no.
the investigator working for the mayor at the moment, are you?"
I am indeed.
Oh, good. They, sorry, not the mayor, the people's committee. They warned us this might happen. You've tried to be inside the Lone Pine, haven't you?
I have.
Would you mind coming for a walk?
No, not at all.
You see, she
Oh,
starts to
no.
walk. Join me on my
Oh,
control.
here we go again.
Trevor Becker, the man who runs the establishment, is known to us. He's... Look, I don't want to besmirch a member of our community, but he's not a particularly trustworthy sort. He has come up with schemes, is probably the word for it, many times to try to put his competitors out of business. It's a little sad, frankly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put much stock in what he's saying, and I certainly wouldn't believe he has any coin if he's trying to commission you for a job.
He isn't, no.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
I was just basically having a look around just in case he had some kind of connection to my investigation.
By all means, go about your business then. But he's a sad little man with...
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't linger on him too long.
Yeah. So there's less likelihood that he's that kind of like.
I don't think he
not
has.
He's just
He's a
just more sad. Yeah.
He's done about everything you can think of to try to put the neighbours out of business. He's smuggled bad meat into their kitchen. He planted evidence in their bins. He's just a whole lot of sad schemes and plots. I don't know what his problem is, but
Well, I might have an idea of that, but it's rather personal. So
by all means, I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah.
And if you need anything else, you can.
Yeah, thank you for your help.
And she keeps going on her patrol.
Yeah, cool. So I guess I'll finish my perimeter and head back to the pub.
Yeah, you head back. Anyone do anything else before you head to bed?
I'll just tell Drizella, you can go to sleep. It's okay, I'll just wait here. Can't imagine I'll get any sleep after what just happened.
Drizella sits in a chair, puts her feet up on another chair, and sits back and dozes in a chair.
Yeah, for sure. You all can get a rest. Resting should be done mostly automatically through Path Builder. What a hell of a day. Lasted 3 whole sessions. Some things for you to know about rests. Rests don't always restore all your hit points. I think you're all on max anyway.
We all on that.
Rests do restore all your spell slots and the like.
Yep.
You also regain your focus points. Yep, that's about that. Any questions about resting?
The app doesn't allow you to do it. You got to do everything manually.
Really?
No, it
Okay,
does.
that's really annoying.
You
I
just
find
say
that hard
rest.
to believe.
It's fair.
No, so it's here on mine, next to add condition, add custom buff. So it's definitely there.
Yeah, where do you add a condition?
Where do you add condition?
In defense.
Probably.
No.
build.
So it's on. No, so it's on the main screen on mine.
Yeah, it doesn't have that on ours.
Build
What?
just gives us
So if you go to the left menu, the
that.
top menu,
Go to scroll to the top.
That's it. That's everything.
Oh wow. Any reason you're attached to the app?
Not really.
Oh cool.
I can move over to the thing if you need
I'd
to.
use the other thing. It
because
seems
this
to work
is
better.
Okay, I'll have to pay for that. That's fine.
okay.
Not for Magus.
Oh no, I probably
Let's
won't have
have a
to.
look.
You won't have to. No.
Have a look.
You might not be able to sync stuff without an account, but I've got
To
your
build.
sync thing. Go about.
Hero points.
Nothing about rest there.
There's nothing.
I want to switch over to that because it's got a darker thing anyway.
I'd recommend.
Yeah,
using
so
yours.
it's
Yeah,
it's next to where you would add custom buff and things like that. Where was that on yours?
Custom buffs in defense. Add condition, add custom buff.
So it was no. So go back. It's on that
Yeah,
page.
not on the app.
Not on the app.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, I've heard from a couple of people the app version of Path Builder is not spectacular.
No, it's missing
I'll just have to
stuff.
transfer over.
Yeah.
That won't be too bad.
So it's
I can use
rest
that code
is
and then-
hit points
Yeah, alternatively,
equals
if you
con
have
mod
you can save to
multiplied
Google
by
Drive.
level.
Not that you need to, but like.
See, I was having trouble logging into Google
Lose fatigued.
to make an
Reduce the
account.
severity of doomed and drained and restore spell slots is all it does.
I'll give it another try.
If you want to do it manually.
Drizella,
Yes.
as you're sleeping away on that chair,
Yeah.
you realize, kind of very slowly sort of drift awake. It's dark outside. You have your plague mask on, do you think?
Oh yeah.
Um,
Not going to sleep in a public bar without it.
it's dead quiet when you wake up. Like, unusually for a tavern, but even stranger for the fact that you know there should be at least water in the bottle. And as you kind of open your eyes and look through your mask, you see you're still where you were, but it's not pitch black, but as close as it can be to it, while still getting the vaguest outline of shapes on it. You can see the bar up over there, you can see the chair you're on, but there's no people, except for one figure in the middle of the room, cloaked, tall but not, incredibly so. With a big hood. As you can just kind of see that outline in the ambient light as they look at you.
Do I recognise them?
Not immediately. No. I mean, they're hood headstone. You can't actually see anything of them. It's just this big hood, almost monastic robes on, like the big sleeves and everything. Sasha in the middle. So they say, you serve. So they look at you and say, we serve the same master. You are granted power by the faceless soldier.
Sam? Who are you?
I am no one. We are all no one. We are the monks of Arator, better known as the Shadowlands. We are here to warn you, as a respect that you follow our master. Sorry, I'm going to come that really quick. They're not the monks of Arator, they're the monks of something else that doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're the Shadowlands.
The Shadow Monks.
The monks of shadows. We are from the Shaded Brethren. We have travelled here from far. We wanted to warn you.
This is very kind of you. What is this warning you bring?
you should leave town tomorrow before the sun sets.
For what reason?
There are things that will happen in the night that do not need to be witnessed by good souls.
There are many people in this town, many of whom we have just gone out of our way to save by killing ghouls. What will become of them?
Some will survive, many will survive, none unchanged. Our intentions are not peaceful, but we do not care for reckless destruction.
And if I were to warn others?
That would be on us.
Wisdom has never been one of my strongest suits. Our master would tell you that.
If you have faith in the one who cannot be seen, you would do well not to tell others about it.
And the ones I travel with?
Resize it.
Bring them with you when you leave, or leave them here. Most will survive, none unchanged.
Thanks for the heads up. Edge settles back in her chair.
And we see the figure doesn't so much as leave, but simply becomes one with the shadows of the room around you as you return to sleep, or possibly wake up. It's a little hard to tell.
Worship a great god, yeah.
I already have.
What's that?
You have to log in, you gotta pay for it.
You have to pay.
Well, you can make characters and stuff without making an account. It'll just say that.
I'm trying to work out how to import my character from the app into this.
You can save it as a particular type of file. You might find that useful. People can export one of them as
The export JS. But it says export, doesn't have import.
Yeah, no, it's not JSON.
Backup and restore.
Backup and restore. Alternatively, just wait till.
It doesn't really matter, it's only for resting. Resting's pretty straightforward.
I like the interface better.
But you will get your rest in. You wake up in the following morning, 3 of you in the rooms you've paid for, 2 of you in the thing. I'm assuming you get some sleep for a rest.
Yeah.
Troubled though it may be. It is now the 25th of May, 25th of the 5th, in the year 324.
I have to report back to the town guard to get an extension on my visitor pass.
You do indeed. Those of you with 24-hour visitor pass, it's up in the next 7 or 8 hours, which is, I believe, just you.
Yeah.
Chris was the other one who had one. Sibylla, sorry.
Oh, I think I did as well, but I was passing through.
Yes.
So that would be the first thing Margot would do.
Yeah, for sure. Do you
Extend her
like touch base with people first? So you and Mordred go together, or you just head off?
yeah, I would touch base with people first.
Sweet. The 2 of you go through. It's a very simple process. You get paperwork filled out. One of the guards says, "You 2 were helped at the hospital yesterday." Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. The People's Committee is meeting this afternoon at 4 o'clock. They wanted you to come by.
Any particular reason?
I think they have some money for
Yeah.
you.
We will be sure to stop by and see what they need. And
General meetings 4 to 6 anytime during that.
wonderful, thank you.
They give you a pass for a week or so. What are other people up to? What do you talk about in the morning? What are you planning to do for the day?
I guess we'll meet in the tavern in the morning.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Marida would just want to get the visa thing out of the way because she knows
We can go like
how that works.
Nice
yeah.
breakfast of bacon, eggs, sausages,
Ooh, yum, yum.
toast.
Are there any places
Any-
that I would know of that might be a logical next place to go do some investigating for this treasurer case?
Yeah, for sure. So some things you know. You know that the treasurer has a personal domicile, like a personal living quarters as part of the silo. You could check those out.
Yeah.
You haven't actually seen the inside of the vault yet. You know
No.
that would require you'd actually don't know how to get into that yet.
Yeah.
So those are 2 places. The other thing you could look into is like you don't really know who the people close to the treasurer were. You could find out who they are and talk to them.
Okay.
Probably the next sort of step in your
I might go to the living quarters.
Yeah.
Of the treasurer.
For sure, so you're wanting to do that.
Yeah. I'll tell the guys that's what I'm doing. I'm going to continue this investigation. If anyone wants to come with me, you're welcome to.
I say to Mordred, we must have left here by this evening.
You're leaving?
Bad things will happen here.
What do you mean? There's already bad things happening that we need to fix.
I would strongly suggest that we are not here this evening. We can find somewhere else to stay. Outside the walls of the city.
But that's the Greenwoods.
We go to the woods on the other side.
It is also only a few hours walk to the next glade.
Yeah.
The map that we have for this is very small compared to a lot of other campaigns. It's an hour and a half's walk to Oakenville. A day's travel will get you from like yay to yay sort of thing.
Well, if you still feel that way this evening, we can leave, but I think we ought to try and do the most good that we can today.
What are other this conversation?
Fine.
Everyone else, what are other
We
people's
leave.
thoughts on
We
this?
leave with enough time to reach the next glade before sundown.
Am I hearing this?
Yeah, you're all there.
This is my bacon and egg conversation.
Narada wouldn't be opposed to leaving. She knows that she can't
We could.
help her. She's not out here to help other towns. She's here to discover by herself. But
We could always come back.
Why do you want to leave so much?
what is this because of the ritual?
Bad things are coming. We should not be here when they come.
Can I do a little thing?
Bad things.
Yes.
Can I read fate on
Yes, you don't know.
Dragala?
Absolutely. What's the timeline on that?
It's short term. It's a vague short term.
That's lovely and vague.
Yeah.
Short term on there's the check, isn't there?
Yeah.
What happened? Do I give you potentially false information with that if it's
If
wrong,
it's
or
a
is it
failure,
just?
yes.
Oh.
Hang on. Let me just give you the details again.
I think I've got it here. Actually, we should just check that. Read fate is the feature you're using.
Inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Inconclusive.
Okay. That's ominous.
It's a shame that Sibylla isn't here.
Sibylla.
From what I'm aware, she's a little bit more versed over the ritual that's supposed to be taking place around here.
I hope she's okay. She vanished into the
How
woods.
far do we need to go? Can we just like walk outside the walls for 5 minutes and come back in?
Why does everyone have to leave?
No, that's what he's trying to figure out. He's like, if we just leave the gates and then come back in,
What are
is
the
that
rules of
technically
this?
leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I message into Mordred's head and go. Visitors in the night. Something is coming. Many will survive, none unchanged. You do not wish to be here tonight.
Are other people going to be hurt? Can I respond in your mind?
You can respond. Give me a religion check as well, sir. I should have done this before you woke up.
I mean,
Yes, there's a religion. I don't know if it exists actually, but this is
religion.
no religion is yes.
17.
17. The phrase they use 2 or 3 times there of many will survive, none unchanged, is from the scriptures is too strong a word, but is from many of the stories around the faceless soldier.
Yep.
Of it is said that they mostly survived, but not unchanged. Being in how they lost their face.
Yep.
It's vague as to what that means as the entire religion is, but
Yep.
you'll recognise that's not an accidental
Yep.
phrase.
Worked really hard to get this exact
I follow the faceless soldier. The messages that came to me in the night were
The 3 of you can see these two kind of looking at each other.
We're in the
noting,
voice.
but
of-
not speaking.
We're in the voice of the faceless soldier. Something is happening here tonight.
They have a strong connection, don't they?
I mean,
We should
I'd
leave.
really appreciate if they use their outside voice.
Can I then speak aloud?
Yeah.
Yep. You can speak loud. Yeah.
Well, I feel like Merida,
Yeah, pretty
Merida,
much.
I feel like Merida would just chime in and go, "That's a lovely conversation y'all are having. It's a little intense eye contact."
It'd be nice if they included everyone else in the conversation, yeah.
Drizella, I'm
But
going
I
to
won't
stay.
force
You
it.
can go. I think
She's thinking
we
of
can't just keep running away and letting other people get hurt. If people are going to get hurt here, we might as well try and help them.
She does have a good point.
Are you following this? Because I'm not.
Well,
She
and
wants to leave,
Drizella,
she doesn't think I want to
Drizella
leave.
looks at Dick and goes, "It would appear that we're having another ghoul moment where I bring tidings of danger, and we all have to stay here and get injured together."
I don't know much about the ritual, but
All right, I'm going to need a little bit more than that. What's going on?
I have no idea.
So it's
solve the
cultist.
case before Sunday.
You can use a primal. Actually, sorry, yeah, you can use a primal.
If you can get it sorted by lunchtime, that would be fabulous. What help can we
You
give
don't
you?
you don't ask us.
Mordred will stand up and he'll be like,
Yeah, do a
"Let's get started then."
I'm
Barely
assuming
made a
you'll
start,
probably-
but okay.
I'm glad somebody knows what the
Guidance.
hell's going on. 'Cause I have no idea.
Let's go to the
Seven.
place where the dude
All I
lived.
all I know is this one can make me see my worst nightmares.
Only when it's useful to you.
I wouldn't have called that useful. Did you see what happened to me?
I think Mitchell's a plus one.
Yeah.
Kind of was a blubbery mess on the floor.
14.
It
With a
will be less
14,
so
you know
next
the-
time.
the parallax
There
in
won't
this
be a
event
next time. You're not doing that to me again.
Is a naturally
I won't
occurring
be.
phenomenon. Happens every.
Oh, you're
it's hard to
frustrating.
predict, but, you know, the units is decades. As for whatever ritual it is, you know from when you kind of chatted with Sibylla briefly about it, kind of pulled information between the couple of you who know a few bits and pieces about it. You know that
Thank you.
prophecy
I'm
magic
restoring
is
from
potentially
PDF.
stronger at this, also divination. Odds are, not certain, but odds are it's likely some sort of prophetic ritual. Bigby, I think it was, rolled really well on the check about, an occultism check about the body parts that were being collected by the strange deer skull
And
witch.
Drizella noticed that it was like done with precision, not just ripped.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know that that's used in something old magic, so probably pre-witchcraft, if that makes sense. Which tells you a few things, nothing specifically now. But yeah, so you don't know a ton, but you know it's probably some powerful prophetic
Do
ritual.
we know if it's dangerous?
It's hard to tell. Divination magic is probably the least immediately dangerous sort of magic. You know, it's usually about knowing things or that sort of thing. So
I'm
it
just
probably
trying to
isn't-
see if we're thinking that
So we're not
the
going to destroy
ritual
the
is the
town.
same thing as what Drusilla
Oh, but I'm
was
Yeah,
scared about.
There's no way to know. In fact, sorry, you would know the date of the parallax, which is
Okay.
in 3, and I might need to retcon this just so we can get
Yep.
through all the introductory quests. It's not tonight, is the
Okay.
important bit. It's in a couple of days.
Okay.
So whatever they're talking about is happening before the parallax hits its
Okay.
peak.
So it's something different. Okay.
Well, let's solve the mystery then of the cows or the book or the dwarves or
What cows are you talking about?
Exactly.
the lost cows, stolen cows. Who's got all the cows?
I think the guy who runs the Long Pine's just a
You
troublemaker.
haven't seen them inside, but
They don't
they're-
like a
they're-
troublemaker.
kitchen, presumably there's a skip at the back.
Guy
Where'd you
across-
hear this from?
Guy across.
The guy from the Long
Guy that
Pine.
kicked us out.
He's just
Crap.
jealous.
I mean, I figured as much, but like,
Yeah, it's just
you can
it's-
never be
he's
too
just a
sure. Sometimes
sad
the
dude.
time
What do they
crazies
do?
have some knowledge.
Yeah, okay, you can go down that rabbit hole if you want. I'm busy on an important case that actually matters.
Alright.
Oh,
Bigby
yes,
sounds
big-
determined to
Big
hate you.
busy
Well, that was-
cop guy.
that was
Doesn't
just-
want to get involved with the
I'll go with
little
Big
people.
That was just
Jordan's
rude.
going with Biggie. Is anyone else going with Biggie?
was
rude.
Merida, you going with Biggie? Is anyone
I'll go
not?
with Merida.
Assuming you're all
Fine.
going with Bigby then? Bigby, you head over to the
Bigby,
big
you're
I'll come in case you die again.
the huge, it's a combination of it's a silo, it's a treasury, it's a warehouse. It's just basically all
It's a big
sorts of
box.
it's a big box. It's the storage unit.
It's not a little
There's
box.
some
It's
great-
not
there's some
cardboard
great
box.
names
It's
in
big
this
box.
place.
It's
There really
affectionately
are.
called the big box. I'm quite fond of, which you haven't gone to yet, but I quite like, the Immaculate Church
really
of the
want
Godly
that.
Fathers Left Wedding Band. It's a good one, as well as also the raggedy Penapinalia of the Heartbound Food. Which
What
is just
the hell
nice.
is that?
Oh, we need to go to Evergreen.
But you head over to the big box. You've got your various bits of paper and that sort of thing that allow you through. The big box has a few guards around it. It's an important building.
Do I actually have the journal, the logbook thing?
Yeah,
me?
presumably.
Yeah, cool.
You would have seen it shown. I'm assuming you asked to grab it.
Yeah.
I've had a chance to refocus after breakfast after doing things.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
That's just been doing
What-
stuff.
Yeah, before you all head out for the day, Mordred will
Bit
really
of a
quickly
needle
to
point.
sew some stuff.
Needle point one.
But you head there. You wanted to look at the apartment. Did you
Yes.
say the living quarters?
Yeah.
You head in there. Apartment's kind of like the kind of top floor of one of the structures. You head there. There's a guard outside, sort of thing. You head in. It's locked. The door to the bedroom.
Oh,
The
okay.
door to the living quarters.
Oh, I guess I'll try to. I'll ask the guard if he has keys to get in.
No, sorry.
No. Okay. Well,
Treasurer had the only copy.
you're a witness. I'm getting in for my
Yeah.
part of my investigation.
You're on. You go.
I'm going to try to
Instructions from,
see if I can pick the
Lewis,
lock
got
first,
to
and then if I
use it.
can't, I'll just break it down. So do I do a thievery check to see if I can pick the lock?
You absolutely do a theory.
Yeah.
Do you have thieves' tools in your kit?
I don't think so.
Alright. How much gold did you have left?
I had 7 gold left.
You can have a thievery check.
Okay, cool.
That's
Should
a
I
very-
just take some out?
We can sort it out.
Oh,
I'll chat with you.
Alright, cool. So does that give me any bonuses for it or anything, or just,
Well,
just
so
lets
you-
me make the
I'll have to
check?
buy myself one of those.
So presumably, I don't know if you have proficiency in thievery or not.
I do.
Yeah. So
I
thievery,
do.
so thievery is what this uses instead of like toolkit proficiencies and that sort of thing.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if you
okay.
don't have thievery with those sorts of things, you're not going to be great at picking locks.
Yeah.
I'll let you reassign one of your skills if you want to, just because that's not particularly intuitive and I forgot about it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But have a look over that for the moment, though. Do one of you two want to make that roll?
I can do theory.
Yeah,
That's easy.
The other thing you might find helpful with this are help actions.
Yeah.
So help action, you need to hit a DC 20 of the same skill, so a thievery check.
Yeah.
And that'll give the person +1 for each person that does it.
Alright, hold on.
Can I
I've got
try
plus
it?
3.
Yeah,
Plus
anyone can try.
Nope.
You can do it.
I almost guarantee I
You
won't.
want to try for a help action?
I'll do help.
Why?
You only plus 1, so that's right.
Yes, one can be funny when trapped inside of a room. We get it.
Oh my god, what is this? What skill? Sorry, no,
thief.
it's not a 20.
Oh, thievery.
I don't get 20s.
19.
19, I'm afraid that won't cut it. 19, I'm afraid that won't cut it. Total?
Yeah, for the thievery. Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Oh, right. I think you said you had +6.
I do? Ah, so 6. So
So that's 50.
Yeah, I've got like
Um,
I'm good at math. I swear.
15.
That's all right. Let me check something real quick.
I don't always ask Alexa what math is.
I've got 16 for the myself.
This is
I'm just chuffed that I rolled a 19. We're doing well tonight.
Nope, this is a... Yes.
I'll
I'm
be
afraid that does not, you cannot get in the door.
Oh. I'll
We tried.
move aside. I'll kick it down.
There's an athletics check.
Just how bloody strong do you think you are?
Pretty strong.
Can I
That's a
aid
22.
with the app? Okay.
22.
Yeah.
Boom! door.
He's a big wolf. He just
Well,
blew that.
yeah.
Okay.
Will work.
I guess that answers that question.
Oh, I
doesn't
should
it?
have blown it down.
Retcon.
Yes, please.
Retcon.
I don't know what kind of check that they've been.
I
It'll
won't
still be
make
an
you do the check.
athletics
Mechanically,
check.
you can get through a single locked door.
Yeah.
You come forward, just big breath, big
Need them
inhale.
strong athlete
The
lungs.
blowback sends all of your hair flying. Nick, your coat just picks up a little bit, and the door falls off the hinges, lands on the ground. You see the guard comes around the corner and is right confused. You all alright?
Yeah, all good. Just had to blow the door down.
What the?
He puffed, he blew that house up.
Alright then.
What?
And heads off.
That part of the story's true.
What? What exactly
I thought
was
your
that?
brother.
Oh, I got really strong breath.
He's got the athlete lungs.
I'm surrounded by bloody weirdos.
He got COVID and he was doing his long
No
exercises.
offense. You're a bloody weird.
Alright, so we'll go into
mean- I'm a little weird too, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
hopefully I didn't just ruin the crime scene. I just blind it.
Totally did.
Blew everything
Yeah,
else.
he blew all
Everything's
all
gone.
the
Oh,
paper.
no.
All the paperwork is now just strewn
Yeah.
everywhere.
All your evidence is trash, but never mind.
Sorry, just need 2 seconds to check a number really quick,
One,
and then
2.
Shit. Wow.
Um,
Look, I didn't say it was
Serenity
easy.
now.
which is a DC. That's a big
At no
number.
point
Oh,
did I
that's a
say
big
it was a
number.
good student.
Does
No.
anyone have more than a +4 to will? Just that might be even in will saves.
I've got +5 to will.
Yeah,
I've got +9.
Hang on.
+6.
Everybody stop talking.
What's a will save?
Will save is
Oh, there we
how
go.
many stands it saves.
They don't keep everything together. You gotta really look for everything.
This is the one. Now, what sort of save is it? Blah 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 blah.
In the
blah.
app, yeah.
Yeah.
On the page, it's actually everything's at hand. It's a lot easier. I'll have to just rebuild Nick in there.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
tell
do
you
that.
Have this sitting on my lap, have the
That'll
computer
be
running.
next week's job.
Why am I in here?
Oh, cool. No, it just works. That's neat.
You just need to plunge it out.
I really do.
That doesn't seem right.
Okay.
Ryan, can you check for me the rules on illusions?
Illusions. What rule in particular?
I don't know what it's called, I'm afraid. How to determine whether a creature can see through an illusion. For now, though, can everyone please, we'll call it a will save. It will say, only bother rolling if you have more than +4.
Does that include
Ooh.
+4?
I'll be
Uh,
using my
plus
last
four.
hero point for that one.
I'm going to use a motion.
Yes!
21.
Did anyone crit?
20.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
19, so
No,
28.
I got a
One
19, but I got
sound.
+5, so that's 24.
5 doesn't cut it.
28.
28 doesn't cut it. Unless you crit, you don't. It doesn't cut it.
Yeah, I only got 19.
I got 17.
That's why we were just rolling quickly. You open the. You don't open the door. The door blasts on hinges, lands on there. You see a small habitation. You know, there's a double sort of bed with a big thin mattress, kind of. I don't know what they call it. When the things that go over there, and there's a canopy over the top. Four-poster bed. Thank you.
You did that exactly right.
Yeah.
It's perception, so whether you believe or disbelieve.
Perception. I'm
No,
so
that's
sorry.
to believe or disbelieve there may be an illusion. The
Yeah.
will save is to break the illusion.
Lovely. Good to know. Well, we'll give it that in a minute, but that's good to know for the future.
Perception to notice, will to break.
As you come into the scene, give me a perception check, and this number will actually matter. Rather than just
Good die. Perception.
perception.
15.
15. You have 2 minor clues in this investigation, so you can add 2 to that.
18.
So that's
18.
17.
Crit fail with a. So crit fail for an 8.
3.
Good fun. 23,
17.
17.
This
and
one's
sorry, Ryan,
perception.
what was yours?
18.
18 and
Oh, +6 to
17.
perception.
17.
Oh, that's right.
Awesome. You find a couple of things there. With the 23 in particular,
Don't worry, I've got your back.
as you're all looking around, what does Bigby, do you think, look for first up? What are you going to investigate? There's a desk with some papers on it. There's a little kitchenette and a
Did you
pantry.
communicate that with the group before?
Like signs of struggle, and then like any papers or notes or.
Yeah, cool. It's clean. It's
There's
very
papers
clean
and
here.
notes right there on the table.
There's a bit of dust around, but nothing like that. There's no blood. There's nothing mess. The bed seems made. Well, not made, but like they've chucked the bed back over, the cover back over it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a few papers on the desk. Do you start reading
Yeah, I'll
through
look
them?
at the papers on the desk.
They are quite interesting technical documents. You start reading through. Merida. As you're looking through, you looking for anything in particular?
No, not
Cool.
necessarily.
We'll come back
Other
to you in
than
a
what
second.
Bigby would have pointed at. He was
Yeah.
looking for.
And Mordred and Nick, what are you looking at? There's a pantry, there's a kitchenette, there's the bed, there's a chest of drawers, there's a bedside table, there's a bookshelf, there's a desk.
Can I open the bookshelf?
Sure can. You start looking through the books.
I'll go through the kitchen.
Kitchen. You start going through the kitchen. I thought you were drained for a second. Then
No.
I'm trying to remember a
Oh,
whole different cast.
Yeah.
Don't know what that feels.
I mistracked.
Give me a fortitude save as you open the
Fortitude,
pantry.
that's +5.
It's fortitude.
No, my fortitude is +6. 18.
18.
That's actually a really low roll for you.
You open that and you get hit by this wave of something reeks in here. It does not smell good at all. But as you look through, all the food looks fairly like there's nothing obviously rotting or anything like that. You know, it's old, but not maggot infested rotten or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mordred bookshelf. Lots of accounting. It's a lot of Dwarvish, which you don't speak, but you kind of can put together. So there's a lot of books whose title is in a script you don't recognise yet, assumed to be Dwarvish, and sort of standard things.
Anything magical?
Not off the cuff. Give me an Arcana check if you like, or occultism. You can choose
But
one
better
or
control
tell
the
me
magic
things.
with the detect magic.
Merida.
No, that's me. That nothing.
As you're looking around, the technical documents Bigby's getting that are they are dealings and some letters between Thory Black and someone else. You look over, and what looks for a moment like common is actually not. It's just squiggles. It's just vague shapes that would imply common. As you look at it, it kind of flicks between one and the other as Bigby's holding it.
Hey, Bigby. Something odd's going on with the paper you're holding.
Mm-hmm. Can you read it?
No, but it's like flickering between texts.
Give me another perception check if you would, Bigby. You can
Okay.
add 4 to this one.
Would I be able to kind of tell what,
Describe it. Yeah. So,
That.
like
yeah.
what kind of magic or...
So you said I'm adding +4.
But it could be...
you can give me an Arcana check. Yeah. Yeah. Add 4 as well as your modifier. You've got a
That's
plus
a
4
natural
bonus.
20.
So that's a 26 for me.
Good to know. You realise that while you were reading stuff and it felt like you were learning a lot, there was nothing here. You were reading almost like AI generated dribble. Like it just, the nature of the connection between the people in which we talk about must be circumvented by the relationship of their natural opposites. And such
It had a
forth.
lot there, but it
Just
didn't say nothing.
nothing material, but felt so important in the moment.
Business speak.
Business speak, absolutely.
Business thing.
With that
Sorry,
point
Natural 20
on
plus
Arcana,
5.
you recognize around the place there's a lot doing that same thing. You see a vase on the window that is green and it's blue, and it's green and it's blue, just kind of switching between them suddenly. You see one of the posters of the bed disappears from it and comes back.
She's kind of having like partial flashbacks
Is
to when she
anybody
first
else
met
saying
the
this?
first met the witch, and she was able
No.
to change her room very quickly. So she's like,
Doesn't look like it doesn't seem real. And with that 25, with a crit 25, you piece together that this is an illusionary spell over this entire room.
okay,
You can share.
nothing in here is real.
What do you
What?
mean by that?
What are you talking about?
Feels real.
What are you talking about?
They look real and they feel real. There's a major illusionary spell on this place.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Something
magic.
is being hidden.
Well, can you or you dispel it? You guys know how to do magic.
I
I
can
can-
only
I
identify
don't
the
know
magic.
how to
I
do
can
magic. It just
flay your
does-
insides. Would that help?
No, not really.
Okay.
So while you don't have the dispel magic spell,
Mhm.
Gisela being the one here who's a full caster
Hmm.
who's studied, you would
She studied some
sorry,
stuff.
studied is the wrong, but who's like
Yeah.
Learn.
Who has the
Nick is
knowledge.
out because you've just got your number.
Yeah.
But
Sibylla's
I mean, I'll
not
let you roll. You just won't have proficiency for it, but you can attempt to dispel this effect now that you know it's here.
Yeah.
This is a really high DC.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be quite challenging to hit in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you can increase this DC if you have particular things, if you know particular things. Right? So if you know who's cast the spell, what class they are, or like when the spell is cast, or that sort of information, each of those will add a +3 bonus
Can I-
to this roll.
Can I try and figure that out? So this is the dwarfs. Is there any sign? Is there anything?
Well, the problem is everything you can see.
See, it's
outside of
illusionary.
you know is illusionary.
Well, it very much could be Thory Black, the dwarf who's the treasurer, but I don't know what else he is.
Yeah, you can. So here's what the thing is: when you go to dispel, you'll make an Arcana check.
Yep.
And then you tell me the things you think you know, and from that I'll give you your total bonus.
Okay. Fine.
So, Nichols, They can be staring.
Anyone who wants to can do that help action on this. Absolutely.
I will do help
I will be-
action.
Mordred
You've
will
got-
just
I
be
will let
touching
you-
things to try and.
I will be in a second.
2 seconds.
Nick will pick a specific.
Hang on, sorry, Ryan. So again, help action. You've got to do an Arcana check. You're trying to hit a DC 20. You've got a +2 bonus.
Doing a little bit of RP to add to the help action.
Yep.
He'll just look at one particular item in the room and just focus on it as hard as he can.
Mhm.
And accidentally cast Detect Magic.
Do you have detect?
I have Detect Magic.
Oh, that would have been good to know. I should reverse that.
It's a cantrip.
Oh, Nick, that's all right.
So it'll just be he can then instantly sense that there's magic in the room. Just
Yeah.
okay.
Anyone get a 20 on that Arcana check?
I
I got dirty 20 on my Arcana.
Dirty 20.
I
I'm
will help
afraid
with the
won't
Arcana.
cut. But what are is there anything you want to try as pieces of information you want to get? Who, when, how, what?
When did Thori Black go missing? When did the treasurer go missing?
A week
A
ago.
week ago.
Okay, so I think this was probably cast a week ago. I think this is a cover-up.
Yeah, it's
This is
probably
a
him.
cover-up spell of
Yep.
some kind. So we'll go for around about a week ago.
Yep.
Do we think he cast it, or somebody has cast it to cover
That'd be
up
my
what
best
happened
guess,
to him?
is that he cast it.
That he
Right,
cast it.
Yeah. It could have been someone else. But
And
All
can
right.
you take a guess at which class is cast this, or which class Thori Blackthorn might be? Thori Black?
Does a 24 on Arcana help?
Yep, that'll
For
give a
me?
+1 to your roll, so that brings it up to a 21.
Probably some kind of wizardy type. I don't think he's divine magic. I don't think he's a sort of druidic.
So, I don't actually know the so, I mean, yeah, divine, occult, arcane, or primal. So you're saying arcane?
Occult or arcane. Arcane.
Arcane?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we've got Thori Blackthorn a week ago with arcane.
Yeah, it's like
Plus
Cluedo.
zero. That's a
Yeah,
bit
I was
like
gonna
that.
say, it's
That's a
very
+0 bonus in total.
Great.
None of that is
That
correct.
that
And
was
with
helpful
a-
information, people.
And with a 21,
Yeah.
you are not able to distinguish it. You try, you reach out magically, you try to grasp onto it and get rid of it, but it does not take.
Okay.
Does the guard have any leads on what could have happened?
Not really.
But if Nick had better control of his magic, he could probably not. I got a +6 to my Arcana.
You can have a go,
Nick will have no idea how to do this. No
Yeah.
idea.
but yeah, it will be.
Until, he,
Concentrate really,
Until
really,
someone
really
take-
hard.
unless someone like, pissed him off.
Yeah, what do you want to try?
This is weird, but with my chalk,
Mhm.
I'm going to use my trusty chalk. Can I just start rubbing things? I want to see if it physically comes up against something.
Ooh.
It's
See
an
if that
interesting one.
changes the
What if you
illusion.
choose to start running it?
There's a desk, isn't there?
There's a desk, yeah.
I'm going to do it on the desk. Just start rolling it back and forth.
It's a good idea.
See if it leaves any marks on it.
It does leave marks. You see, you go there, it leaves marks. It looks a little odd, though. On the desk, it's some parts are solid, and then other bits are almost. You see that the grain, the very fine grain within the chalk, it doesn't continue. It's almost like it's been textures that have been stitched together just randomly across it, where it doesn't quite match up with the grain of the rest of it. That makes sense.
Okay. So I can kind of pinpoint a section where there might be a break in the illusion.
Possibly, you're not quite sure what it means.
Okay. I mean, I'm aware that there's an illusion.
Oh yeah, you're aware
Yeah.
there's a illusion. Yeah.
I'll gesture. I'll be like, there might be something on this desk.
I'll go and have a look at that.
Yep, you go to the desk again. There's that messed up writing, which you kind of have to. It's almost like a magic iPad. So you have to kind of not quite look at the letters in order to see that it's actually just screwed.
Okay.
I'm lost.
So it's what time do we finish up tonight?
10
10.
o'clock.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You know that knowing more information about how this spell was cast will make it easier to get rid of.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You
say
might find
that.
useful
I'm
to
like,
return.
Yeah.
we need more information. We need to know. We need to know when this was changed. Maybe the guards will recognize that this room looks different and how long it is when they last saw it the way it should be. Knowing when it was cast would be useful. Knowing who did it would be useful. And knowing, what kind of magic it is would be useful. I don't think it is divine, but, there are many schools of magic.
I'm so lost in what we can do.
I think we should get the guard to have a look at this room and
Yeah,
go, is
tell
this
us
what
what's
this
different.
room is this what
Find
this
the
room
difference.
normally look yeah, spot the difference.
Maybe we should go to the vault.
There's
That's
another
what I was
option.
thinking about doing.
Absolutely.
already been to the
Would you
vault
like to go
once,
to the
but-
vault, or would you like to talk to the guard?
Well, you go to the vault, I'll talk to the guard.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll
I'll
follow
go
you
with
down.
Drusilla.
I'll
to
go with
talk.
Drusilla as
with
well
the
because I don't
guards.
trust her talking with people.
Cool.
I'm
the
not
three
allowed
of you
to
go
talk
the
to
guard,
people.
and
No,
you
you're
go
allowed
the vault,
to, just not
and
by
see what
yourself.
Nick comes with. Let's do the vault first, I think, because that's quite interesting. You go so you've got grain
Okay.
silo,
Nick
general
should go
warehouse,
with-
and the third building back, which is much more secure stone sort of walls, is the vault. Big, massive, classic circular vault door, lever in the middle,
Yeah.
in the centre of which is a keyhole.
And I've been there before.
You have, yes.
To the
They,
vault.
yes.
Is
the
it? Do
only-
I notice? I'll first see if there's anything I notice that's different from last time I saw it.
Yeah, for sure. Give me a perception check.
Nick, you're gone with Big B to the vault.
Oh, no, not necessarily.
No,
you
you
don't
don't
have
have
to
to.
go to the vault, or would you like to talk to the guards?
I've run out of here.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's a
I
fair
figured
vault.
you wouldn't want
Is
to
down
speak
in
to
the vault.
the guards.
13.
He's had enough of the
13?
cards.
Yeah.
You don't see anything different, no?
Okay.
When you hear last, you tried to just brute force it open.
Lots of
It
cards
doesn't
right
work.
now.
The key is with
We've
Thorn.
gone with Drusilla.
Yeah.
Because Drusilla was going to go to the guards. But
I
not doing
might
that.
have a
Next
crack
round.
at trying to get into it this time, trying to pick the lock.
Yeah,
got,
for
like,
sure.
a thievery kit or whatever.
Yeah, you're going to pick the lock.
Is that a thievery?
That is a thievery check. Lock picking's always a thievery check.
And I can't remember if you said if I get an extra bonus for having.
Yes,
the,
you get plus. So any rolls related to finding the dwarf, you can have a +2 bonus.
Okay. And having the thievery kit just allows me to do it in the first place.
Yeah, having
Yeah.
a thievery kit just allows you. You would have if you want it, you might want to relook at your proficiencies and assign one from something to lock to thievery if you want to do it.
Yeah.
This level not a huge deal, but ongoing.
That's only a 12.
I'm afraid
So
12 will not come.
let me get it.
You're unable to pick this
Right,
Give Big
on
Nick-
the
give Nick a try. You want to try picking it all up?
Try picking
yeah,
it up.
Nick, you want to have a crack at
I
picking
can-
this lock?
Oh, I'm going to give it a crack.
It's a thievery check.
Thievery check.
If you like, give me a straight intelligence roll to see if your character might remember or think of any
Oh,
first
it's actually high.
Yeah, I deliberately made it. That's a terrible.
That's cool.
Because now that I've run out of hero points, I'm just rolling.
Same.
One hero point. That's a 5.
That's better.
It's a 5. Hard to say.
My character is about as intelligent as I am.
Okay, so my intelligence one wasn't real good, but my thievery's a dirty
Not an
20.
intelligence, thievery check. That's
Dirty 20 on the thievery.
not sufficient to break it.
Didn't think so.
Look, it's a vault there. It's the best. It's the second to best.
If it was
keys.
easy to get into,
Yeah.
They would have got into it
That
already.
would be more worrisome,
Yeah.
for sure.
So are we going to approach the garden?
Yeah, you go to the guard. You see, you bring them in. Oh, sorry. What? Yeah, what are you saying?
I say to the guard, the room, it appears to be entirely illusion. Would you look and see what we mean? See whether it is as you remember it.
Walks into the room. Cut it. Says, I don't. Oh no, that says it looks a little odd, yeah, but I don't see anything in particular. It's probably cleaner than Thor kept it, but I stayed out of the personal quarters largely.
Does he have a doormat?
No, I don't think he would.
You were hoping there was some
Lovely
sort of
thing.
key under the doormat.
Who would see this room
Clever.
regularly?
Clever.
No,
Like it.
they,
Clever.
Treasure have an assistant?
They had an assistant, but the nightmaid would have been in charge of tidying up. The old nightmaid that worked here.
Is she around? Has she left?
Oh yeah, no, she's here. She hasn't been around since
Can we-
Thori disappeared.
Fetch her for us?
I can find out who that was. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Did anybody else regularly visit Thori?
He was the treasurer. Yeah. Loads of people.
Everybody.
Yeah, every business owner, pretty much.
Do you have any arcane or occult casters living in Low Marsh.
Ooh,
Exactly what I was about to ask.
there's the priest, the vicar.
Yeah.
He knows a bit.
Specializes in illusionary magic.
No, he's a healer. He's a healer.
We're primarily looking for someone who's into more of the illusionary magics than the
Still
play.
might be able to spell.
You say, they say, look, I don't know much about magic. I'm sorry, miss. You could talk to the vicar. I just want to check the name. You want to talk to Mother Mary heals real nice. She heals a lot of people up. Or if you can find him, Sean Rothwell is the vicar. Runs the farmers' church up north.
Would you be able to fetch the vicar for us?
You want me to bring the vicar here?
If you could.
Vicar's a busy man, miss. I don't know if I can ask.
It's fine. We can find him.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be at the church. He's got lots he does.
Well, once we've spoken with the nightmaid, we will go and make a trip to the vicar.
I'll go find out. That might take me a bit, but I'll look for it.
That's okay.
Heads off.
We will be inside with Vicky.
Anything else in the vault? Vault room?
Just have a look around for a spare key.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
Vault.
The three of you come down and join them to see that
Under the mat.
the vault is indeed still
It's a 9.
9.
Oh no, 11.
11. Yeah, +2, don't forget +2. And 11 does not find your secret spare key, I'm afraid.
Rats.
Vicky, may I try your little lockpicking kit?
Have a crack.
I
Well,
really
it's
want to
been a
try
guess.
and for Mordred to be a.
No, never mind. It's 9. Roll well, damn it.
Bloody vault.
Damn
I
it.
won't make you roll. Picking the key to a
Nice.
bank vault
Yeah.
effectively is probably not in your realm of possibility.
We're probably too low level to try.
That is a difficult task for that would be a challenge for a master thief, let alone the fact that none of you
Yeah, what's his
knows
face could be no problem.
you're not great.
Chris's character in what's her name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sybil,
Sybil.
No,
No,
Etherdwy.
Ethelred could get into it. Could probably-
Etherdry.
Um,
Arwen would be able to get into it. Nor foul.
So you've got the Nightmaid who is coming your way. You know that the only spellcaster the guard knew of is Sean Rothwell, the vicar. Vicar
maybe
Rothwell.
the Nightmaid is just lazy. She uses the illusionary spell to make things look
Well,
tight.
that's exactly what you could find out.
Anyone who wants to give me an Arcana check? Happy birthday.
Yes! Finally!
22.
Dirty 20.
Natural 20!
Natural 20.
With no modifiers.
With the natural 20, I'll tell you exactly. This is a level 8 spell.
Gee.
That's very powerful.
That's so powerful.
Probably the most powerful magic you've all encountered. Sorry, not Mordred, but probably the most powerful the rest of you have encountered.
Yeah.
8 level spells, don't grow on trees.
It's unlikely it's going to be the maids
It's unlikely.
covering up the
Unlikely.
Except for the
cleaning.
green
Unless
man.
if the mage is in
Yeah,
the
the
or something.
green man, probably from
Yeah.
Mary's understanding, throws around that kind of magic. Yeah.
But why would he
anything
be
anyone wants to do,
Yeah, he
His-
wouldn't-
or are you
his
waiting
spells
to just
literally
wait for
do
the Nightmare?
wonders.
I'll probably start heading up to the vicar. I'll say to Gisela, you're religious enough.
That's a hell of a statement, isn't it?
That's really throwing. That's
Brutal.
Oh,
that's some
man.
choice words.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe
The
you can
look you
speak to-
gave Dad was just.
He's bad with people, okay?
Fine.
Anyone else heading to the vicar?
Fine.
Anyone else
To the
waiting?
vicar!
The
I
vicar?
guess we're all going
To the-
You're going to the vicar? Wonderful.
After we've-
You all head
after we've
across
spoken to the
town.
maid,
Where is it?
You head over to the Immaculate Church of the Goodly Father's Left Wedding Band. Quite a large building, probably second only to Town Hall and the big box.
Second only to its name.
Yeah, that too. That's its formal address, most people just call it the Father's Church. You head inside, you see several people going about. There looks to be a couple of, nuns, effectively. You see in kind of the main central chamber, as soon as you come through the centre doors, which are wide open, and there's not a service or anything happening right now. You see up the back of the church a woman who you presume to be Mother Mary, I spoke of. She looks to be in sort of Mother Superior sort of role. A very thin, a little gaunt of a woman with fairly nice robes, holding what looks to be some sort of a holy text.
It makes sense.
Speaking words of
You're
wisdom.
gonna have a fear of like organized religion in churches.
Oh, beautiful.
Just because, you know, the English would try to bring in their Christian stuff, so
Yeah,
Scots
yeah.
don't have that, so we're
Yeah, it
pagans.
makes
It
makes sense.
a lot of sense.
Marriage bears organized.
Organised religion.
Yeah, so this church is part of the old religion. So it's probably temple is probably a more accurate word than church.
Yeah.
It's very loosely ordered. Mother Mary Hill and Vicar Rothwell are probably priests. It's probably their title or clerics, that sort of thing. Yeah, the Goodly Father is generally associated with like their domain is very much like civilization, healing to some degree, law, that sort of thing. They're very common to find a temple to the Goodly Father in most towns and that sort of thing.
I walk up to this woman with the holy text and go, "We are here to seek audience with the Father. We are looking for the treasurer. There are strange magics at the house."
Oh, I'm afraid Rothwell is in the committee's meeting on currently. He'll be free later this afternoon, but perhaps I can help.
Can you cast powerful magics?
I have some degree of spells. Yes. What did you need something?
We need somebody to try and dispel the powerful illusion in Treasurer Black's chambers.
Dispelling is not my specialty. Unfortunately, I'm a healer.
Do you know anyone of magical powers within Lowmarsh?
The vicar is more skilled than I, to a degree.
And any of the occult or...
Goodness, no. We had a wizard staying with us, but I believe they moved on some moons ago.
Okay. No other strange travellers recently?
When did the treasurer
No more than usual.
Just a week ago.
Did the treasurer ever visit this chapel?
We deposited our savings box there on occasion when we were blessed with an extra coin, but I don't believe he himself came off. I don't think he kept to the faith.
Meredith's going to be outside. She's not actually going to be in the church. She's just anxiously waiting outside, like, don't take my friends away.
You see, Mother Mary Hill says, if there is magic in then you might find it useful to speak with the People's Committee. They may have something to help you. I know they keep
Yeah, we were
some,
planning on going there anyway, so that's
they keep some anti-magic effects in
Oh,
case
great.
needed. But I don't know.
good to
what
know.
degree.
People's Committee.
Let's go there then.
Wonderful.
That's
To
Can I
the
put a
People's
comment in there?
Committee.
Yeah, by all means.
People's
I'm in your
Committee.
relationship.
Oh no.
Merida would have a slight sigh of relief seeing all of her friends come back.
24. Natural 20.
Chuck on a bonus to the next roll you do within an hour or so.
Nice.
Bonus what?
The bonus one.
Okay.
Drizella sort of bows her head and seems to sort of almost make a move like she's wiping away her face in the accepted religious symbol of the faceless.
Yeah, the faceless
Soldier.
soldier comes from the same pantheon as
Yeah.
the Goodly Father, so they're not opposed by any means.
Yeah.
I like that. So that's like your version of
That's
Black
The,
Yeah,
the
it's
main
like wipe your
religion
face
of,
off. Yeah.
Mercia, where Mary's family's from, is the old Titans and the old Elementals, and that, which is
Yeah.
a very different religion.
That's
to this.
that's what I mean. More
Yeah,
pagan
much
traditions rather than
The
organized
gods don't
religion.
want
Sit
to-
in a church,
Yeah.
give your money to the church,
Well, no, this
sort
is a
of
lot. This is a lot.
conform to us, or you will no longer
I
exist.
feel like
Yeah.
that's the burning.
I was going to say
church, yeah.
there is definitely those religions around. The old religion, which is these ones, is less of that sort of thing, more of like just they're an integral part of the community.
Juicy.
Hesitant.
Oh, by all means. But
Well,
you would,
anything that involves a church and money.
you would definitely have heard of like the red door of
Yeah.
the church who are joyous of birth.
Yeah.
They're spooky. But we'll get to them later.
Nick walking in out of that place is like, I know some people in these religions that are more crooked than I am. Come on.
Yeah, give me a religion check actually. See if you put together 2 dots now that you're in there. You see, as well as there's probably a statue of the goodly father, kind of a kind of a large man, a block of wood under one
17?
arm, picking up. You see of the other portraits, you see a portrait of the Dower uncle. Dower uncle is a sea deity in the old faith, and you remember like a while back you were talking to one of the people on Jolly
Oh,
Roger,
shit, yeah.
and they talked about how the entity that you all call Davy Jones, the people on land mostly call the Dower. They're one and the same.
Yeah, okay, so when Nick crosses eyes across that,
Yeah. And so the portrait up there is not of like a man of bride or the kind of intimidating figure you saw, but there is something of the eyes. that is
Yeah,
just
something in the
really
eyes.
similar.
and yeah, Nick just visibly shudders when he sees it. Keeps walking.
More like Trident, from King Trident.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little mermaid.
Yeah.
We've only got a couple of minutes left, unfortunately, so I think we'll probably wrap up there if you head into the town hall.
Promise, as soon as I have my new car, we won't have to cut it short as quickly.
Because I'll have cruise control.
Thank you all so much. That was a little bit of a slower session.